Awesome, just awesome. Oh, there's Brother Adewale. Hi, Brother Adewale. Nice to see you. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Okay. Nice. So we're just waiting, you know, a little bit, give people a few minutes to come in. I'm not going to give them too much longer because, you know, I'm a stickler for time.
Yes. Okay. And I want to
go ahead, Noreen.
Okay, I want to thank everyone who's here for being here.
Oh,
we got
there's Brother Bill.
Bill is here.
I'll try to tap them as well and let them in as soon as I can. As soon as we lost Brother Petros. He's coming back. Beautiful.
Okay.
Brother Bill, good to see you.
Wow. Thank you all.
Beautiful. I think we have a lot of. We can start the show. There's so many people. Okay, we're gonna wait. Brother Petros is coming back on. Oh my, this is a beautiful, beautiful room. You all know I'm going to have my tea. Listen, if you need your tea, you need your beverages, you might need a little snack. People, please go get what you need.
Oh, wait.
Beautiful. Noreen, are you okay over there?
Oh, yes. I had to realize that I hear echoing, and I realized when I went live on YouTube, I didn't turn the sound off, and that's what was echoing. So I got that done.
Okay. So
now that's a lot better.
Could we tell our beautiful guests of creatives how what's the time frame? So we're starting at 4 and we're going to be closing at
I haven't set a time. Well, maybe 2 or 3 hours.
I don't know if everyone is going to be able to give all of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start our show. We're going to do what we do, and however long you can stay, view, participate is fine by us. And I, like I said, Noreen, I hope we can do a good 2 hours at least. I don't know if we're going to get everyone to stay that long, 3 hours.
I know. Okay.
We'll do what we do.
Right. We'll do what we do. Right.
There you go.
We should play it by ear.
There you go. All right. Okay. I don't know. We have a good. How many people do we have so far? 1, 2, 3,
11,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 12. Somebody else. All right.
Richard Temple made it. Richard Temple is coming.
That's beautiful. You see, I would have started already. Good thing I waited, right?
Yep. Now you've got 12 now. Wow.
Hi, Brother Richard. Oh, it's nice to see everyone.
Yes.
Yes, Sister Anita, Dr. You already know. I'm going. All right, let's see. We're doing what we have. Brother Petros is here. It's 11 o'clock where he is right now.
Yes.
So more than likely, based on his time frame, I may just start with Brother Petros so he can. We don't want him up here after midnight.
Right. Okay. Oh, and can I make it up before we start? Can I give a speech?
Of course.
Okay. Okay. Greetings, everyone. I am Noreen Snyder and Maxwanette A Poetess, and I are the hosts for this event. Welcome, everyone, all the creatives and the audience. It is awesome to be here and be part of this event. We are honoring Michael Rothenberg. We are dedicating this event to Michael Rothenberg. He died of lung cancer last year. This is the first event without him. Rest in peace, Michael. My condolences to the family. Michael Rothenberg saw this vision and wanted change. Together, Michael Rothenberg and Terry Carrion founded 100,000 Poets for Change. They made it happen. He was dedicated to 100,000 Poets for Change. He wanted change, and so did we, and people from all over the world. Michael is an outstanding poet, author, activist, songwriter, and artist. I am proud and happy to be part of this organization. Thank you very much for being here today, and thank you very much, Maxwanette, for hosting with me. And now here's Maxwanette.
Oh, that
Okay.
was awesome. Thank you,
Okay, you're very
Noreen.
welcome. And I'm going. Okay, I want to know if I can change you to from co-host to host because we're hosts like host together. I want to.
Right, maybe you can. You know that's your area, Noreen.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Yes, make
There
host.
you go.
Both of us are hosts together. Okay.
Oh, there I am. I'm the host now. Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, this is awesome. And again, for those that are new, I'm Maxwanette A Poetess. And of course, my fellow co-host, Noreen Ann Snyder. And this is 100,000 Poets for Change. And again, as Noreen just stated, greetings, brother Betik. I hope I'm saying your name right. Brother Cleve, nice to see you. And I'm just gonna, everyone has their mics muted. Thank you very much. If I'm coming too loud, just let me know. I'm a very loud Jamaican, American, vivacious person, and I may blow your speakers, so let me know. And you know, Michael Rothenberg, I met him, this is my third time doing 100,000 Poets for Change. And again, I thank Noreen for inviting me to do this. I was floored. What I love about Michael was that he was about difference and change, and he didn't follow the rhetoric or the norm. He was just something else. The brief moment I got to meet him, and I was just enamored by him. And to have this forum, rest in love and peace, Michael. This show is for you. This is for you. For those who really know Michael, you know. And I see a lot of familiar faces here. So awesome, awesome, awesome. We're going to get started. We'll just invite people in as we go along. Anyone here that has a difference in time frame that needs to go immediately, please let me know. So I'm going to start only with Brother Petros because he's our international creatives. It's really late where they are.
Yes.
So Brother Petros.
Thank you very much. Tell me only how minutes I have to read a poem.
Okay.
How minutes?
Well, what we're going to do is allow everyone to read at least one poem, and then we'll just keep going. It may get bigger. It may just be our group. I'm not sure, but everyone is going to read at least one piece.
Okay.
I'm going to let you do two because you're international and you gotta go.
I understand. Okay.
And then after
okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Brother Petros.
You talk. You are very talkative, and you speak very, very good American language.
Thank you.
Okay, I love American language, and also I read poems about peace. It's my theme of poem. Okay, the first poem have the title Peaceful, Joy, Eternal Friendship. Harmonious peace, coexistence of peoples, smiling sun in brotherhood, in human souls, love on the planet, flower scent, fragrance of eternal friendship. No wars, no hates, only hugs and happiness to all human lives on the global planet. It's the first one.
Thank you. Please
It's
go ahead
pleasure.
and please read your next one.
The other poem have the title Peace in Our Heart. Peace, love messages from heart, friendship feelings, kindness is peace, solidarity, hope, cooperation, without vices and hate, passion, peace-blowing brotherhood, and a blue and open happiness sky.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, Brother Petros. Beautiful peace and love. Okay, again, with our themes. I just wanted to say greetings and hello to Brother Michael. It's wonderful to see you here. Just wanted to say hi. I'm going to go ahead with Dr. Anita, and then I'm going to start after Dr. Anita is going to be Marge, and then we're going to keep going around down the line here. Okay. So Dr. Anita, please.
Sorry, I said something. The sound sometimes it's not very good. Okay.
You know, unfortunately, we're going to have that because everyone is tuning in from all over. So we may have good sounding, we may not. We just ask everyone to be patient and bear with it.
Now I hear you very clear. Now, okay.
Okay, beautiful.
Thank you, Petra, for being here.
Thank you, Ms. Noreen, for the invitation. It's
You're
my
very
pleasure.
welcome.
It's very honor for me.
It is an honor.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, Dr. Anita, go right ahead, my dear.
Okay, thank you so much. It's just an honor and a blessing to be here. Thank you, my beautiful sister, Maxwanette A Poetess with the mostest. You know, I gotta say that. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Beautiful.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this is a piece about love. Okay, love, living in one vibrational energy. Mani Padme Love is pure energy expressed in quality. The reality we all need to receive and show love. In the realm of heart, soul, mind, and spirit, there's a vastness of dynamics within it. Dreams are life. Our love, imagination, faith, expression is made of, and it all begins with love. Living in one vibrational energy. Mani Padme. Like attracts like, and opposites attract. Now, a typical of the purity within our hearts, duality can give the illusion of reigning supreme. To recognize the light in me is to understand you are light. You are divine, pure innocence, sage wisdom sublime. The reality that love is pain is not a reality interwoven in the sacredness of our heart, only the egocentric in our head. The essence of love, that which cannot be defined, is unseen to the eye and felt inside by the heart. Living in one vibrational energy, Mani Padme. The agape is ever held, and the boon is everlasting. It's the first fulfillment, philia, trust and honoring. This is the part of us within the heart of us, bringing out that little one, the prince and princess in us, ludus we play. Sage wisdom and pure innocence. He, she is simply ageless. The cares are not of the world. Entwined is the thread of an awareness of prana, a deep learning over time, building faith in what we believe, a oneness of what is mine is yours, and yours is mine. That belief, is it magnetic or vibrational, bringing to you the opposite nature of you, or flowing toward the essence of the true of you? Living in one vibrational energy, Mani Padme. And then there's Eros, pleasures and treasures, the erotica yearning, the passion burning inside, erupting as Mount Vesuvius, as deep as the Colca Valley, as tall as the Mauna Kea, and as wide as the Amazon River, and can be as distant as Pluto. Our femininity merging with our sexuality, masculinity merging with our femininity. Living in one vibrational energy, Mani Padme. The higher self, the connected one, the main law of love, philosophia that is. Before we can love anyone, we must first experience inside. The law of philosophia resides in the core of our being. Love for self, the melody merging with the harmony of Mani Padme.
Mani Padme. I love it.
Mani Padme.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. Realign those chakras, people. I love it. I love it. You got me chilling. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Never fails. You all are just wonderful. I just love poetry. And you have to excuse me. You're going to see me smiling a lot. It's you guys. I just love poetry so much. And to see all of you here, it just gets me excited. I can't help it. So here we go. We're going to keep going. Now I'm going to go. Go ahead, Noreen.
Thank you, Anita. I love it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay.
Just awesome.
Okay.
Now we have a wonderful poet as well. Everybody here is wonderful. I'm not going to keep giving people accolades. All of you are awesome. I know all of your work and wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. There is, wait a minute. I think Brother Michael is saying something. Hold on. Brother Michael, you're mute. Could you unmute your mic, sweetheart? Okay, let's see what's going on.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
All right. Yeah, I was listening to her, and there was just a little hint of Langston Hughes in there. I don't know if you've read much about Langston Hughes, but there were some it's just little tidbits here and there, little phrases that reminded me a lot of Langston Hughes. But anyway,
Nice.
very nice.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And please, you all be free to comment on each other's pieces here. We love to encourage and uplift each other.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go right ahead now to Sister Marge. Marge, the poet, Marjorie Walters. Did I make sure I got everybody who's international, right? That needs to go right now? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we're good. Marge, hi, Sister Marge. How are you?
Greetings, everybody. Are you hearing me clearly?
Loud and clear, my love. Loud and clear.
Okay, greetings to the hosts, Maxwanette, Noreen, and all the other great poets. I am Marge the poet from Jamaica.
Hello, Marge.
Beautiful.
Blessed greetings.
Peace.
Yes, I enjoyed that piece that Anita did. It was awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay, so I see where you have the theme as justice and stuff like that. So I will just read this piece on justice. I think I wrote it this week. It's, I'm from Jamaica, and there's a lot going on in Jamaica in terms of the kids that are going through a whole lot. Even yesterday we saw where a little 14-year-old boy was badly beaten because he accidentally stepped on a fellow classmate.
Yes. Yeah. Mhm.
So, I mean, as I tell you, Max, I always talk about reality.
Mhm.
So this piece is called No Trust. It goes like this. Who can we trust when you are raping and killing us? Who can we tell that we are facing hell? What do we do when no one believes what we are saying is true? Where do we go when home is not safe, and sometimes that's where they commit the rape? Where and when will we escape? Will mommy believe when I tug at her sleeve that daddy is a pervert, and when he touches me, it hurts? And the many times he puts his hand up my skirt. Don't leave me alone at home. Will my sister understand why I don't go to bed? The fear of being dead. Is she facing it too and trying to pretend it's not true? Who will understand the wrath of taking a bath, the aftermath? The boogeyman lives right here in my space, breathing in my face. But who cares? I'm scared. How will I explain my pain without being ridiculed or taken for a fool? Can't they see the hurt in my eyes? Stop acting surprised. My uncle been touching my thighs. Night is a nightmare. Why is no one believing the threats I'm receiving? I'm scared of the dirt track, the man with the knapsack. There's no safe spot. When will it stop? The pastor's Bible class, the questions he asks. My coach has a creepy approach. My cousin's weird smile. Can't they all see I'm a child? My stepdad, my brother, they are all close. The ones I should love the most hurt me the most. I'm tired and sick. Who will move quick to fix this shit? They are killing us every time they kill one of us. There is an outburst, but they have already quenched their sexual thirst. My cries for justice have fallen on deaf ears. Look how many of us they have taken. Aren't you truly shaken? Because they do it so brazen, and many of you provide them a safe haven. You attend our funerals for fanfare. You give eloquent speeches for the stare. But do you really, really care? I rest my pen and watch it happen again with no amend.
Whoa,
Wow.
whoa,
Well,
whoa.
that's powerful.
You can't see, my hairs are standing up right now. It's, wow. I'm near tears at this moment.
A harsh reality.
Really. And that's what it's about. This is what poets are supposed to do. We are supposed to stir emotion. We are supposed to be the consciousness of society. We are our humanity's algorithm. So that's just, wow. Whew, you made me tear up here, Marge.
Me too, me too. That was powerful. It was so, you painted a picture. I mean, I was the little girl afraid. That's how strong your words are.
Yeah.
Can I tell something, Miss
Wow.
Maxette? This poem from Miss Marge makes me have strong feelings, makes me in some moments to cry.
Wow.
My soul feels very strong emotional feelings. And congratulations, Miss Marge.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry if I made you guys teary-eyed.
Not at all. Nope.
It's a perfect poem.
Don't apologize.
Don't
I
to write.
everyone.
You write from the heart,
I am.
Miss Marge. You write all the poets. You write from your heart.
Sure.
This,
yes.
When you write from the heart, all this takes other meanings, other messages to all the people around the world, because in this event, we are poets representing at first countries different, but the poet is the best ambassador for all the world poets and poetesses and all the emotional hearts and poetic souls. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Petros. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was awesome. Go ahead, Noreen, please.
Okay, thank you, Marge. That was powerful. And so keep on writing and don't stop.
I write every day.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Brother Michael, you're muted. Let's unmute your mic for me, my dear.
Thank you so much. Am I better now?
Yes, we can hear
What am I
you.
doing wrong? I must be, oh my. Anyway, Margie, bottom line here, listening to that, number one, that's a beautiful poem. Number two, I'm an editor, I would publish that. Number three, I'm being real serious about this. Have you ever listened to Sylvia Plath's poem called Daddy? Go listen to Sylvia Plath's poem called Daddy. It runs right down the line. It's a very powerful poem, and so is yours, and I thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Brother Michael. Indeed, 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 Marge. I don't cry easily, but you caught me. That was deep, and just like Sister Anita and the other women here, we go through a lot of sexual abuse and harassment. So do our men, and our women. We talk about it. If you notice, our men may not say much, but a lot of our men can relate to that in a lot because they go through this abuse as well. And our men do not have a forum to speak openly without being judged, and it's everything else. Women, we could come here and boo-hoo all day. Oh, it's women. And the men, you guys have to act like nothing's wrong. And I really commend you, Marge, for bringing that piece, because it's for those who don't know, it's meant for boys, little girls. We growing up to be men and women. So this is affecting people. And that's really, Marge, thank you for that piece. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome piece. Woo! Y'all gotta warn me now. Come on now, yeah. Woo! Let's go, let's go. All right, let's see who's next down the line. Noreen. Noreen and I are going to recite, but we want everyone else to recite first. So we usually wait till at least everyone has gone first, okay? So the next person on the list is we on our beautiful grid. I see Brother Adewale. Okay, I'm just gonna go in the order that I see people. So it's gonna be Brother Adewale, Brother Richard, Brother Cleve, Sister Till, Brother Michael, Brother William, and we have Sister Romero, and I don't know who that is down there with the phone. my 856 number. I don't, if you want to unmute yourself, could you tell me who you are, please? Or if you're just watching, that's fine. So we're going to continue. Brother Adewale, if you could please unmute your mic for me. And go right ahead, my dear. Your mic is still mute.
Wonder if he's using a phone, he needs to look at to the bottom left to tap.
Yes, Brother Cleve. I think he got it. I think he's
Okay.
unmuted. He's not ready yet. He's not speaking as of yet.
All right.
There we are. Beautiful. Thank you, Brother Cleve.
Yeah, this is a short poem just for my daughter. It is titled My Own. Okay. Seed of my troubled youth, I do praise you for your resilience and patience. Could have made $zillion bills, but for faith, which is affected by faith, if not for you, I would have wasted my youth. People said I should visit the Dibia. The Dibia is a traditional healer in Igbo land. Okay. Whether he will find a solution to you. Being the you, but I'll go into my native language now. Ibiorida Nisi, that is wherever your faith is. God of Italy. That is, you don't, they are not put it on the ground. That is, if God is willing, for me, he will give me. For me, even if he doesn't, he will not too. You are enough. A person with a child, just a child, that is, cannot be said to be childless. That's it.
Thank you, Brother Adewale, for sharing that piece and for letting us know what things meant, because I sure would have been a little lost.
I'm sorry?
Thank you for giving us the definition of what things meant.
Okay.
Yes, that was very helpful.
All right.
Thank you for that.
And that was really great poem, Adewale. And thank you very much. And keep on writing. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Okay.
Okay, we're going to keep going to Brother Richard. Mute your mic for me. Beautiful, Brother Richard. How nice to see you.
Hello, thank you. Nice to see you too. I've hardly done anything international this year at all. Okay, I didn't know Michael Rothenberg personally, and I didn't actually know he died until Noreen mentioned it earlier. So that's kind of a bit of a shock because I know his work, and obviously he's touched me through his work. As I said, I didn't know him personally, but I'm going to dedicate this to him because for me it's news. This is Where Does Genius Go for Michael Rothenberg. Where does genius go when it implodes, when it becomes too much to bear, hunched beneath a burden of phosphoric inspiration like Atlas, muscles split and bleeding? Symphonic celebration, a war of raw emotion, crushing frail, fragile frame. The boatman takes more than just pennies these days. The inflation of salvation. Left behind, we dance in clouds of sparks, burning our fingers as we grasp golden tokens, fleeting fireflies, curling in currents, seeking a host. Will we ever know where spent and murderous genius goes? Thank you.
Wow.
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 Wow. Beautiful. 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 Wow. Peace. I keep saying it, Brother Richard. You should be in movies. You should be doing the sounds for. I'm serious. Your voice is just. Oh my goodness. Wow. Beautiful piece. Beautiful piece.
Mr. Maxette, can I read a poem last, because it's a need to leave this beautiful participation for me.
I would love to have you do that, Brother Petros, but that's why I had you go first and read two. I have to be fair to everyone else. So if you're still here, you're still here and you haven't fallen asleep, then I'll definitely let you go again. Trust me.
No. Okay.
Richard, I loved your imagery.
Good smile.
Richard, I loved your imagery in that poem.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
And the imagery describes a lot of the capitalistic chaos that is going on in the world today.
True. Very true, Brother Cleve.
And thank you, Richard. And thank you. That is an awesome poem, great poem. Thank you very much. And keep on writing.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'd just like to welcome Sister Zan. Hi, Sister Zan. Good to see you.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be here.
Awesome. Oh, and you're coming in so loud and clear. I thought you were sitting right next to me. Awesome. Love it. Love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we're going to keep going. Our next person, see, it's shifting around now, but I do know Brother Cleve is next. Let's unmute your mic, Brother Cleve. We have you muted here.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can, my dear. Go right ahead.
Okay, thank you. And I'm bringing everybody greetings from beautiful Toronto, Ontario.
Okay. Nice.
This is called Sketches 2, looking at various issues. In vain, chilled champagne warms blood, loosens tongue's vain praise of modern living, while capitalistic viper of greed, deforestation dust, haunts agritech. Biotech shudders amid famine's doomed art, bloated bodies, skeletal etches of life. Ammunition is Frankenstein, archangel of death. Star Wars defy fiction. The hand of peace is a cold war, a red bear hug, danger to bald eagle's missile flight. Mother Earth's fate hangs like a pause, sentenced by two nuclear powers, seesawing for world balance of power, while Putin's ballistic drones test world peace, reflecting ISIS march, an ominous swarm of pestilence preying on young minds, emboldened, mechanistic, plowing down ancient villages and monuments. Yes, apartheid savagery is no longer. Yet, what is ravaging democracy? Reckless men in blue, launching offensive missiles of excuse, profiling Black bodies fall, blood flows, Black lives rise, Black lives matter, defiant as Phoenix, seeking life and liberty. Again, after talk, party continues. Spirits soar, lift of alcohol thrills. Politics rides high on waves of laughter, while humanity drowns in floods of neglect. Still.
Wow. Whoa.
Wow.
Thank you.
That was a powerful piece,
Wow.
boy. Woo.
Wow.
That was deep.
Mhm.
That
Thank
was,
you very much.
that was you touch. You're very, very welcome, Brother Cleve. Whoa.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, the creators, the poets do not disappoint at all. At all.
And they all tell the
Amazing.
truth. And they all tell the truth. And and thank you very much, Cleve. That's a powerful poem. And
Yes.
keep on writing.
I thank you
think
very much.
You're very
And it's
welcome.
a very good, encouraging group, and I hope that it will continue to bring like minds together and inspire one another as well as the wider public.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Beautiful words. Wow. Wow.
And I say, I want everybody to know that I want everybody keep on writing. Everybody to keep on.
Thank you, Noreen. Yeah.
You're very
Writing.
welcome. We
Don't
tell the
forget to
truth.
write. That's right.
Right.
Don't forget
We
to write.
tell the truth.
Mhm, mhm. I couldn't agree more. Awesome. Whoa. Woo. Okay. I know there are two creators here. I don't know who was first, if it was Sister Till or Sister Romero. But I saw Sister Romero get bumped down to the bottom there. I'm not sure which one of these sisters were first, but I'm just gonna go with Sister Till, and then Sister Romero. You'll be next, my dear. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna unmute Sister Sharma.
Yeah. May I, ma'am?
Go right ahead.
May I? Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
And thank you to include me and invite me in this program. And I am very happy to see you. Ma'ams are very active here because to explain the womanhood, femininity, and many things are here. Okay, now I am going to recite a few short poems about the justice of the court, because nowadays the court is doing injustice. Yeah, so that is court of the sin. This modern time is of injustice. Power mobilized the world. Court of
Sister Till, you were muted briefly. I'm so sorry. Could you continue? You muted for a minute. Please go again.
Okay. It separates the family. It lusts the unification of couple. The harmony is lust in court. Power is a dominant factor. Court is in corruption. It hides rape cases enough. It hides rape cases enough. The injustice is preserved. The life is doubtful. Duty is sinful. Lawyers are doing business to own. The loss of love starts from court. It brings battlefield in property owning. There is no justice in the court. Court is leading with money. The humanity is collapsed. No matter of right and wrong. Court is criminal in the world. On another one is how to sustain life. The right survival is need. Unity is essence. Equality is weapon. No bias in gender is a need. Moral community in universe is essence. Humanity with kindness is needed. The boundary seeks freedom. Sustain to life with ethical respect is there. Honor to different races is need. Gender discrimination is crime. Equality is there. Light of higher civilization is need. Moral language should be there. Another one is peace is garden of the flowers. Garden of peace is flowering. The life in peace is sublimity. Garden is with less war. Garden of beings is beautiful. Earth has varieties. The multi-beings are in decoration. The decoration is beautiful. Peace is beauty of social harmony. It is sign of moral world. The beauty is existence in the light. The worth is not in war. Peace is jewel in the earth. Peace is jewel in the earth. Okay, thank you, ma'am, very much, and dear poets friends who listen to me. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sister Sharma. And you know, again, if those who didn't get it, she read a few pieces because Sister Sharma, could you tell us exactly where you are? Is it India?
No, ma'am,
Pakistan?
Nepal,
Where?
Nepal,
Nepal.
Nepal.
There it is at
Yeah.
the bottom. There we go. Yes. So again, those who are new, if we're our international creators, we're letting them read at least 1 to 2 pieces at least because their
Okay.
time frame. Okay. So,
Okay, ma'am.
no,
Okay,
you're fine. You're fine. You did great.
okay.
Thanks
Okay,
for
thank you anyway. Okay,
Thank
thank you
you.
anyway. Thank you, ma'am.
And you know, it's interesting. We don't understand sometimes that our international creatives are going through the same things or similar things that we're going through in our own countries. They're dealing with poverty. They're dealing with governmental issues. They're dealing with stress. They're dealing with climate change. They're dealing with poor economies. They're dealing with everything that we're dealing with. This is why our poetry, it has so much life because it resonates. This is awesome. This is, thank you again, Sister Sharma. Beautiful works, beautiful works.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
I see Sister Romero. Sister Romero, are you here to recite, or are you just here to, you know, keep us company and fully enjoy the show? If you're here to recite, please unmute your mic for me, please, my dear. We're ready for you. I'm going to give her a few minutes. Okay. Well, I lied. I meant seconds. Okay, so we're going to keep going. Thanks for being here, Sister Romero. We appreciate the support. And I want to say hi to Sister Christina, Antonia Valera. I see you down there. Hello, my darling. It's wonderful to see you. And we have another guest here. I don't know who Infinix is, but I hope that we'll see more than just the ceiling when we get there. So moving right along. Brother Michael. You know, I love Brother Michael. I love everybody, but you know, I just love Brother Michael's poetry. Please unmute your mic and talk to us. We're not hearing a word.
Mute. What's going on with that?
I don't know, but it's not just you. Don't feel bad.
Well, okay. You know, I like your, you know, that, but it, you know, looks nice.
Thank you.
All right. I'll do something here. When I don't know if you know this or not, it's just a little bit of history, and I'm not trying to brag about it, but it's just the way it was when I was young. The Vietnam War was going on, so bottom line is I decided to leave the United States and go into exile for 10 years. So, you know, I wrote a poem here that I don't know if it has too much to do with the theme or whatever, but we'll just give it a shot.
Yes.
If I Were Young Again by Michael Lee Johnson. Piecemeal summer dies, long winter spreads its blanket again. For 10 years I have lived in exile, locked in this rickety cabin, shoulders bolstered up against the open Alberta sky. If I were young again, I'd sing of coolness, of high mountain snow flowers sprinkled with night glow, blue meadows. I would dream and stretch slim fingers into a distant nowhere, yawning slowly over endless prairie miles. The grassland is where in summer silence grows. In the evening, eagles spread their wings, dripping feathers like warm honey. If I were young again, I'd eat pine cones and food for birds, share meals with wild wolves. I've had as much dessert as I wanted, reach out into the blue sky, lick the clouds off my fingertips, but I'm not young anymore. When my thoughts tormented are raw, overworked, sharpened with misery, from the torture of war and childhood. For 10 years now, I have lived locked in this unstable cabin. Inside, Russia's summer winds. Outside air, beaten dim with snow. That's it.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Well,
Wow.
thank you. I haven't seen that many people do this in my life forever.
Mm,
Let's clap all together now. Come on, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Perfect poem, Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael,
Yes, sir.
I respect. Congratulations.
Thank you.
wow. Wow. I couldn't even speak. Wow. You know, Brother Michael, there was just for a minute, I felt like you were chanting. I don't know if that was me. Okay. My hair started to raise, and I felt like a Native American chant was coming. I just felt so connected. Wow.
You know
Wow.
what? I've learned that I started out with Carl Sandburg, a Chicago Canadian poet, who wrote about Chicago, your big shoulders and all those things.
Mhm.
He was and not a mentor, that's the wrong choice of term, because he certainly wasn't alive. But the bottom line is he was certainly the first influence on my life. And I learned after a while that I loved the sound of his voice.
Mm.
And and he's hard to find on the internet now with his real voice. All right. But the bottom line is that I, like a lot of poets, I end up picking up on his voice traits. And, as life has gone on, I've noticed that a lot of my poetry does have lyrical musical sound. And in the last year and a half, I've had 5 or 6 of my poems turned into songs. So, and this is one of them, by the way.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by that. People don't understand that creative poets, there's a spiritual energy when you start chanting, and this is just, wow, that's beautiful.
Another thing I'd like to insert here real quick, it's a spiritual thing. I don't get in too much into religion. I believe in Jesus Christ. But other than that, the bottom line is, I swear, I've sinned all my life and so forth. But, sometimes spirit comes down to just a personal relationship of whoever, whatever you believe in. And it doesn't have to be Jesus Christ necessarily. But the bottom line is, it's a personal thing.
True. That is so true. That is so true, because so many of us are here, and those who know me, you all know me pretty well. It's never about the religion or the color or what you believe in, what you practice. That's just your personal choice.
That's
It's
cosmetic.
the message, right? And the feeling that you're getting. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, I love it. I love it, Brother Michael. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
And I'm happy to see you here, by the way.
Well, thank you. I'm not necessarily the superstar, but I'm having fun. By the way, I owe Noreen an apology, and I want to make her so she can hear this. I looked at my clock on my computer, and I set it by an hour, and so I'm calling her up and dropping her emails and doing everything else, and said, "Where are you? Where are you?" I'm going nuts here, And it wasn't her fault; it was mine. And I apologize, Noreen.
Michael, you don't owe me an apology. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you made it, and thank you very much. Because things like that can happen. Because it can happen to me or any of us. So you don't owe me an apology.
I went into a panic when I saw Eastern Standard Time, because all of a sudden I looked up and said, "I've got less than an hour. I'm not prepared for anything."
Wow.
So I did have time to study Michael a little bit, the person.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys are going to talk about him tonight.
Yes. Okay. Oh, and Maxwanette,
Yes,
Soul Angel Romero, she is here to read.
Yes, beautiful.
She might have a hard time. She might have unmuting. I don't know, but she is here to read.
I don't see her here right now. I think we may have lost her. I hope she comes back in.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not seeing her. Okay, she may have lost the connection. So let's just make sure we keep our eyes open. So if she comes back in, we can just bring her on.
Okay.
So for those who know, she should be next. So if she does pop in, we may interrupt you just to allow her to go ahead, because she's been waiting here for quite some time. She was here in the beginning.
And before I can do this, I have to reclaim the host.
Here she is.
Co-host. She's here.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Good.
Oh, beautiful. We're waiting for her to connect her audio.
Okay.
Awesome, awesome. I see Artie, Brother Fox. Welcome. We just asked that everyone keep there she is, Sister Romero. Please unmute your mic and come on over. Let's hear you. Unmute your mic, my dear. Still mute.
It's at the bottom.
Yeah, I see her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but she has to unmute it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, soon as I'm gonna ask her again. Oh, wait, I think, did we get it? Sister Romero, your mic is still mute, my dear. Yeah, I think I saw a glitch. She may be having some technical issues. Okay, Sister Romero, if you can hear me, whenever you're able to come in, just come in. We already know that there's some technicality. We'll interrupt whoever's going just so you can, go ahead and share with us. But I'm not getting you right now for some reason. Again, people, I'm noticing this. We're having technical issues. Let's just hang in there and keep going. It's out of our control.
Okay.
All right, so, oh, thanks again, Brother Michael. That was deep. Okay, okay, yeah, we lost her. She'll be back, hopefully. Now, I'm trying to see, I see Brother Infinite, that's Infinite. I don't know your name, my dear, but I know you were next, and then I believe Brother Bill, and then we're gonna have Sister Zan, and we have Christina. Okay, so we're gonna go with, there you go. Could you tell us who you are? Introduce yourself to us. It says Infinix X6819. We're looking at you down there on the bottom of the screen. Okay, I don't know. We're not getting any response here, so I don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna have to keep going to someone else.
Okay.
Okay, let's keep it moving. And here we are, Brother Bill. Brother Bill, what? Yeah, he's mute too. Wait a minute. Unmute yourself there for me, my dear. I'm not hearing you. Yeah, this is a connection issue.
Yes.
It is. Yeah, we're having some issues here with connection. Let me see. Brother Michael, could you speak for me again? Let me see if we're hearing you, because I'm not hearing people.
So when I came in, the audio wasn't automatic. I don't know if this is Artifox, I'm sorry, but I don't know if you have it set like that for the Zoom, but I had to actually go in and cut my audio on. This is the first time it's happened to me when I came into a Zoom meeting. So the audio isn't like set to directly come on. You have to actually go down to the tab in the corner and it'll ask you again. I've never been prompted that way. So I'm assuming that the Zoom was set up a way, or maybe it was a mistake made, but maybe that's why the people are having issues speaking, because they didn't go and do that. Because I wasn't here the first time and I thought it was my phone. So I left and came back to realize that it was something I had to do inside of the Zoom.
That's very interesting.
Now I
Noreen,
know why I'm not a host. Now I know why I'm not a host. My goodness, I was thinking about, bringing my own Zoom, but now I think I'm fearful. That's scary. How do you do that, sweetheart? Oh my.
Oh, wow.
I can take credit. Noreen, could you check the settings in the Zoom? I think that's why we're not getting people based on what Brother Artie just said. There's something going on with the sound.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just give us one brief second. Let's see if we can fix this real quickly. If not, unfortunately, I don't know how we're going to fix that, but let's try.
If I'm understanding correctly, I think Archie was saying he's not used to having to unmute himself, but the room's set up to be mute when you come in because someone might be reading.
Correct.
So I think that's correct. I think we just need to make it clear to people what they have to do.
Thank you. Thank you. Everybody heard that. Thank you, Brother Richard.
That's really interesting. I would never thought of that. So you're saying that when my nuke comes in, they are automatically sort of muted so they don't interfere with somebody's speech. That's excellent. Thank you.
That's good. Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Yeah.
Tell you, we're never too old to learn. Beautiful.
Never.
Okay, we're going to try with Brother Bill again. Brother Bill? You're mute. I'm still not hearing you, Brother Bill. Keep going. Keep trying till we get you. We don't hear you yet. And I'm determined. I'm not hearing him at all. Okay, Brother Bill is going to come back. Let's see who else is on a live mic right now. I see brother, what's this, Infinix? I don't know who this brother is here. I see you here, brother, down there. Could you unmute your mic for me, please? Go ahead and speak, my dear. Let us see if we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we got you. We can hear you.
I'm just joining now, so I don't actually know where we are. So what are we talking about?
Well, actually, this is a theme for 100,000 Poets for Change. Are you a poet?
Yeah, I'm a poet.
Oh, that's good. So the themes that we have are justice, sustainability, peace, but it's a bit broader. We practically will take any poem with, that's positive, expressive, because it all ties in together eventually. So if you have a piece that you would like to share, we would be more than love to hear you.
Okay. Let me get one. Let me get one ready.
Okay.
Right.
Do you have one now? Do you want us to come back to you? Let me know.
And just come back. Let me get it. Let me quickly get my laptop.
Okay. Whenever you're ready, we'll come back to you, my dear.
All right.
I'm going to have you mute your mic yourself. I don't want to mute it and then I can't get you. So just mute your mic for me, okay?
Okay.
All right. We lost Brother Bill, but he'll be back. I'm gonna go right ahead to Sister Zan.
Sister Zan is here. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. And after Sister Zan, yes, we're gonna go to Christina Williams.
All right, thank you. I am joining you from Colorado, USA. Beautiful day here. Thanks for having me. I've loved what I've heard so far. I'm going to share a poem that's titled Hunger, a Global Tragedy. Hunger happens when humanity fails. Our most basic human need, unmet, swollen bellies, empty stomachs, desperate souls, abandoned eyes, wide open, no hope in sight. Clean hearts, dire circumstances. People are starving. The tragic contrast is an abomination. Tunnel vision void of compassion. Deep pockets, too full bellies. Greedy souls, willful waste. Blind society, access denied. Blissful hearts, luxuries abound. People are satiated. It is not too late to help the helpless, the hopeless, the homeless, the hungry. Malnutrition is a human condition. Silent cries, weak, shaky, and lighthearted. A global cacophony of growling stomachs. Inhumane. Stop, look, listen. People are dying. It is almost too late for far too many. Thank you.
Wow. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes. You all are doing some stuff today. Wow.
I've actually read some of her works. If you check if you do the search on Google, you'll come across quite a few of her poems. She's
thank you.
well known.
Oh yes, we know about Sister Zan now. Sister Zan is no stranger to this forum at all. We just love her. Yes. Wow. But I'm biased. I love all of you.
We love you too.
Thank you. Go ahead, Noreen.
Thank you very much, Zanella. Thank you very much, and it's an honor to have you here. And that was a great poem. Thank you so much.
Beautiful piece.
Keep on writing.
She's just awesome. I'm gonna break this a little bit and just let Sister Anita go ahead, because she only has an hour and she has to leave in a few minutes. Literally like a minute or two. So I'm gonna let her go ahead with her second piece. And then if she can hang out with us some more, that's great. If not, and after Sister Powell is going to be Sister Christina. And we're gonna try again with Brother Bill. I'm determined. Let's go.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And thank you, Noreen. Thank you. Again, this piece
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, this piece is is written for the beginning of time whenever there's chaos and war, and even war within our neighborhood. And it's called Universal Emergency. An emergency call to the universe. A single pain is felt throughout the earth. Even the heavens call to the angels for song. For a song of healing, song of divine unity. Fear temporarily assails us. Courage prevails us. The celestial bodies of the universe hear the cry of souls as one. Mars cajoles, Saturn caress, Jupiter dries our tear, Pluto heals our heart, Mercury glides, Neptune embrace, and Venus blade slices the thickness of hate. The moon lightens the darkness, the sun gives us hope that Father Time will be still as Mother Earth reveals. A universal emergency call to the universe is heard.
All right now. That's right.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
I don't know, maybe that should have been the theme, a universal call. That's a good one. That is a good one. Oh, yes. I love it. Brother Michael, I see you saying something, but I'm not hearing you.
Oh, I didn't say a word. I was just clapping.
Your lips were moving. I was feeling something.
Yes.
You all are too much. I love you guys so much. Oh my goodness, that was awesome. Maureen, did you want to add something?
I was going to say, thank you very much for sharing your poem, and that is beautiful. Thank you very much, and keep on writing.
Thank you, Noreen.
Very
All right,
welcome.
I see Brother Bill pop back in. I don't know. Let's see. Brother Bill, can we hear you? We're not hearing you. I don't know why it's mute. I don't know why that is. Wait, go ahead and speak, Brother Bill. No, we're still not hearing you. I don't know why. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I need Brother Bill in here. We have to figure something out. I don't know. I may have to get him on the telephone maybe and put him next to the speaker. All right, let's see if I don't know. Antonia, Brother Bill, you want to try again? We can see you. We just can't hear you. Okay.
Okay, it looks like he's unmuting. Okay, so I think the issue is with his actual microphone, or I don't know if you're on a phone. It looks like you're on a phone actually. Have you got the sound turned up on the phone rather than in Zoom?
Let's see if that's the case. He's trying. I can see he's looking at it. He's trying to figure this out because everybody else seems to be okay thus far. And we haven't muted anyone. So I think it's on Brother Bill's end. Okay. Brother Bill, we're not hearing you. If you get in, then just speak. And if we'll just keep it going. Antonia, Christina Williams, unmute your mic for me, my dear.
Greetings, everyone. Hearing me clearly?
Loud and clear, my sister, loud and clear. Happy to have you.
Okay, so is it one piece per poet?
It's actually at least two. We don't have a huge group right now. So you can do two if you would like to right now, or you can wait and come back again, but you at least two.
Okay, all right.
And those, I'm sorry, those who did not do a second piece, don't worry, I'm coming back to you.
Oh, okay. Okay, so hi everyone. So I'm Christina Williams. I'm also known as Antonia Valere, and I'm from Jamaica. And I want to big up to everyone who is here. Big up Noreen, big up Maxwanette. I see Marge is here, Bill, big up. So this piece, it's kind of short. I have some short pieces today. This one is titled Stone Cold Sinner. It was actually shortlisted in a competition, Elsa Street Fair competition in, I think it was in Ohio, I believe, in the US.
Nice.
That's very short. There is wine brewing in vineyards. Awaits you are black stallion horses, laid with velvet red coat of arms. And before you, you sit with kings and queens, reasoning on the likes of Archimedes. But what is this if no surrender? What is this, a destiny that cannot be reached when your soul ignites with kerosene? Will you continue to become a relic that refuses to be altered by everlasting life? What is it to gain the whole world and lose soul? What is it to bask in Descartes, Frederick Douglass, and Angela Davis, and yet be a fool who will not enlighten our spirit? Will you continue to be a tool that the beast will drown in the Red Sea? Or will you make the leap wrapped in clover of angelic serenity? That's Stone Cold Sinner.
Yes. Oh, yes. Those are some good questions.
Yes.
My next piece is Free Me, and it's taken from my book, Black Gold. Want to be free, free from the shackles of Ward 21. Want to be free, free to live, free to love, free is my chanting song. Want to be free, free like birds, soaring to taste heaven. Free to open my wings like angels parading, like a peacock. Want to be free, free to be me. Want you to free me. Let me sing like the cage bird. Want to be free, free to live life, easy like Sunday morning. Free me is my chanting song. Give thanks.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Love it.
Yes.
Love it. Just love it. Awesome. And again, Antonia, thank you for being here. It's always wonderful to see. You see Antonia and I on many platforms. We and Marge and Anita and Sister Zan, Brother Bill. And Brother Bill, if you can't recite, if you give me 1 second. I refuse to go down like this. We're not having it. No. I just refuse to do it. We're gonna have Brother Bill if I have to read it myself. Okay? Okay. And Brother Bill, we see your lips moving and hear nothing, but we got you. Okay, we're gonna keep going. I see Brother Artie Fox here. Brother Artie, could you unmute your mic for me, please, and go right ahead?
Hello, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Let me get in this camera.
So, Brother Artie, so I'm assuming, I hate to assume, you're a poet?
I am a poet.
Oh.
I am a poet.
Oh, there you are. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
It's nice to meet you too, Artie.
Nice to meet you, Miss Artie, for the first time. Nice to meet you. Thank you for inviting me and making sure I was here. Michael meant a lot to me. 100,000 Poets for Change means a lot to me. I'm just happy to be here.
Awesome, awesome. I love your shirt, by the way.
Thank you. It's actually a brand.
I was just gonna say that. Love his shirt.
That's a fact.
I don't know how much I know the world don't know about it yet, but I met Michael about 2 years ago on a platform called Clubhouse, and he helped me create this brand. So
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
he did the artwork. He has a book, and he let me pick a couple of pictures out of his book to help me create a couple of my first designs for my shirts, for my hoodies. When I say I don't want to be emotional because I want to do my poem, but
it's okay.
I didn't believe in myself. I didn't know poetry was for me. I didn't know poetry was something that was going to change my life. And I honestly thought that Michael was going to be like my Mr. Miyagi on some Japanese shit. But so him passing away was a lot for me because I thought that this was the beginning of a journey for us. And so it's dope to just be on here with a bunch of people he knows and care about, because he meant a whole lot to me.
Oh, that's beautiful. That we are so honored to have you here. Yes. Honored. You're gonna make me start boo-hooing over here. Stop it.
No, I didn't mean to. I just honestly listen. I don't know people who know him. We were, like I said, I met him on Clubhouse. I was supposed to fly out to California right before he got sick. And I'm strictly because I had a show. And I'm so mad because I didn't think this was I didn't know how things were gonna go. So it's like I don't know other people to empathize with. I don't know other people who feel the way I feel because how we met each other on the app, just doing poetry and then talking. Well, I didn't get close to everybody else like that. Like he's one of the few people who I got that close with. So it's just good to be on here to say the stuff that I'm saying because like I have a lot of poetry and a lot of stuff that he inspired. And people hear his name and they see it. It's in my book. It's on my videos and stuff. But it feels real good to kind of say it to people who actually know why I'm saying it and can understand and kind of feel the energy a little bit better. So thank y'all for letting me be here.
Yes. Well, you're in the right place. You do make sure people leave your information and your links in the chat because it does not end here. And those of you who know me already, you're new. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to meet you. You are in the right place. I wish I could reach out and hug you right now. But know that the hug is coming.
I feel it. I feel it. I can feel it.
I got you.
I can feel it. I can feel it.
Trust me, you're in the right place. I'm just curious, where are you from right here, right now? Where are you from?
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
You're in Baltimore, Maryland. Nice, nice. Awesome place full of talent. Beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I know. I'm looking at you. I know. You're in the right place. And I'm so happy to meet you and to meet someone who, it is a beautiful thing. And I like to say again, I'm not a religious person. I'm a very spiritual person, you know, and I know Michael's energy is here because we are all here honoring him on this show. So, you know, again, you were meant to be exactly where you are, to connect exactly how you are supposed to connect. And this man has not left you and your journey is not over. It's only just begun. That's why he touched your life. And because the journey continues. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Oh, come on. I'm ready for you. Let's go.
He has a video YouTube channel on YouTube. Artie is, and he is awesome. You got to check it out.
Beautiful. I love it.
Even on the video, I don't go a poem or a performance. Like I promise y'all, and I'm not a gloater, but 2 years ago, Michael told me a lot of stuff about myself. And I promise this year I've been featured over 20 times. I don't know if you guys know the guy, Brandon Leak, who won America's Got Talent. He invited me out to Las Vegas. I opened up for him and then he came to Virginia and threw a show for me and my friends. So when I say poetry has welcomed me in so much, and it's just crazy because I remember meeting Michael and him, hearing my raps and telling me certain stuff. And I just wish he was here to see it. Like I ain't really grew up with no pops and I ain't never really have wanted somebody to kind of just see, like, look at me now.
Just
like,
see
he
you.
said it.
Yes.
Like, yeah, like,
yes.
All right, Artie.
We see you, Artie.
Artie, we've had enough of this, okay? You're such a good-looking guy and all that. And I'm not a particularly fan of rap, but you know what? I love your damn enthusiasm. So let's get on with, I really am looking forward to hearing them.
I want to hear what you got. I do too.
All right,
let's go, bring it.
This poem, it's actually one of my tributes to Michael. It's it's like a half poem. It's called The Cookout in Heaven and How I Learned to Fly.
Wow.
But here we go. Before I start my piece, I have to say, rest in peace. I've lost a lot of people who helped mold me and actually helped me build inside of me. So to all those people sitting up in heaven, I mean, my family and the blood ones that touched me and I saw over and over again. I mean, when I was a mid-kid, like, Fox, you might make it to be 11. And then they laughed. I smiled back because I was brash. I'm like, hey, family, listen. I know Michael's kind of different, paler skin, and he don't look like us. I mean, dress, talk, make money. He don't put a lot of salt on his chicken. I know, y'all, he don't cook like us. But on my mama, I heard his pain, and I felt it. And when it touched out, it poured out. I had a chance to read and overlook his books inside, but he looked like us. I mean, then when his son died, I watched him cry. Like when my brother died, I had those same tears fall from my eyes, and he told me that I would actually get a chance to fly, and I believed it. No, I needed it. So please, show him how to play spades and welcome him in. I mean, because the last few years of his life, he showed me how to help the inside of me shine and how to take my losses and mold them into wins.
Mm.
OG, I needed you to be my closest friend. I mean, I thought my memories would be hard to fade. Now my vibes, they've been pushed to so many different stages. I'm being paid to be me, to illustrate my own life pages. How did I not see that he could see me, even though I was changing my faces? It was crazy. Within 1,000 different poets, I mean, love from 1,000 different places. Now I'm smothered with it. So I thank you, Mike. The stage is where I belong. It wasn't a rap I could rap. The stage helped me create my poems. And that was just one part. I'm gonna just.
You can't just drop stuff like that, and you know you got me tearing up over here, sir.
Wow. No, but that's kind of like the intro. That was just kind of like the intro.
My goodness.
Artie, you want to go out for pizza?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, but the second half is called How I Learned to Fly. I just want to fly. I swear I'm gonna try. I want to see clouds now. I had a pair of wings. I wore them in my dreams. But for some reason, I woke up and I just don't know how now. I mean, before I met it, I didn't know what to do. I was running around my house as fast as my little feet could move. I mean, the head start, I had to jump off the bed part as long as my folks knew. Dun, da, 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 what little fox was about to do. I mean, thinking the wind was blowing beneath my wings. I mean, a bird's eye, even my words could fly. I mean, I took crazy flights in my dreams. But at this moment, I'm sorry, I can't have gave up, Mike. I probably could cry. I mean, letting me down. I can't get up a tree now. When did I stop learning how to fly? I mean, walking was the past to me. I don't care if I ran. I mean, a head start, you'd come last to me. It's flying or me trying. I mean, these feelings, they had to last to me. I mean, skies always thought to be the limits. Only when I looked, there wasn't nobody who looked or act like me in them. So to think, I could dream or I could stop and all my wishes could finish. I mean, it took the feeling out of the ceiling. So instead, I got comfortable with just kneeling to my own dreams. I mean, it left me accepting steps. Used to working my wings out, expecting reps. No workout partner around, so I would inevitably be doing this by myself. So the steps, they were next for me to fade away. I think it was the jokes or the people around me actually not able to fly themselves. They started losing hope. Thoughts of me actually soaring too high in the sky and leaving them alone. Well, those thoughts, they couldn't actually cope. So because of that, my little wings, they broke. And those snubs started stubbing me and they started to poke. I'm not placing the blame on my family because I think that'd be lame. Either way, my soul starts to cry. I mean, figuring it out, that it was kind of generational, not being able to fly. But then I met a guy who was different, and on my wings, it got me flying on poetry stages, just being me. And people are excited to listen.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
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 My goodness. Oh,
Thank you guys for listening.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
Artie, I don't like you getting more applause than I do. Hey, Artie, can I share something here? Will you accept a little bit of comment?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, I don't like rap, and I'll tell you why. Because it's so much of just repetitious little rhyming little stuff going off to wherever. But you know, there's something that you have. Now, I mean this, my friend. I don't talk about people like this very often. All right, it's got nothing to do with color. Bottom line is, I love your enthusiasm. My God, cut that rhythm back, those rhyming words back a little bit, put it into freelance poetry, and my God, man, get up on YouTube video with that because you have a personality that burns the hell out of people, and I love that.
I appreciate that. I really, really appreciate you saying. I really appreciate that.
I'm not kidding at all. Listen, I don't like rap worth of crap. I always call rap crap. But you know what? There's an enthusiasm about you. And you know what? Everybody that I have mentored on a bunch of different Facebook poetry groups, I didn't always pick out the best poet. I picked out the person that had the most enthusiasm, who was willing to sacrifice, who was willing to promote themselves, who's willing to get out there. And I'm telling you, man, you got it. You know what? I wrote your name down here. All right. I don't know if I can connect with you or not, but I'd like to connect with you. All right. I'm serious.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know how to do it exactly here.
You can either on my Instagram or you can
Are you
email
up?
me.
So you're under Artie Fox Instagram?
No, I'm Clouds of Haze. CL Clouds regular with the Z of
No,
Haze.
wait a minute. Spell that slowly.
CLOUD.
CLO. Hold on. CLO.
U
Yeah.
D
D.
D
Z.
D as in dog.
O as in dog. CL. Help me. OUVD.
DZ.
Oh, there's a Z at the end.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Clouds, but a Z instead of an S.
Brother Artie, you're on Facebook, so we could just go to Artie Fox and find you, right?
Oh yeah. But to be honest, even after you go to a lot more of my content is on my Instagram. I'm trying to put more of it on Facebook. I'm just getting used to using my Facebook because I used to only use it for college. I hadn't got used to using it, but I'm gonna try and put more up on but a lot of stuff on YouTube and a lot of stuff on Instagram.
Oh, you're on YouTube right now.
Oh yeah, I'm on everything. Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm everywhere.
Okay.
Go look me up sometime because I'm on YouTube.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hold on one second, gentlemen. Can we? Is that Sister Romero down there?
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna. Okay, everyone, please. We can connect later, and everyone knows he's on YouTube, Facebook, everywhere else. Find him, put his name in. We have got to get Sister Romero. We've been trying for a minute.
That's so sweet. I have to. I have to apologize. I have a sore throat.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay,
but
it is.
Tea. Come on.
It's a privilege to meet everyone. I'm so happy to see new people with the same passion. Okay, I started doing this. I became a widow like 8 years ago, and this was part of my my therapeutic passion. We'll say it this way. And I'm sorry about my voice.
Okay.
I went back into teaching. That's part of my transition. I went back into smaller children, and I had a child that was an autistic child that is no longer with us. So I wrote this poem just thinking about him. It was just a thought. So I would like to, I have a few, but I think I'm gonna say this one, okay? Okay, it's called Please, Please, Please do not ignore me when you look inside my eyes, but I cannot focus. I'm sorry, please do not ignore me when you look inside my eyes, but I cannot focus to respond to your call. My eyes go in circles just trying to see the world as you do. Please know that I have my own thoughts. I also have a soul. I might not act or think like others, but I am also one just like you, unique. Help me explore the world next to you, next to my friends. Please be patient with me and do not leave me alone. Please do not blame me when I cannot do as others do. Please try to listen to my heart when I speak only words that only I know. I may not speak like others or like you. It might take me a while longer, but be patient with me. Ask you, Lord, to help you listen to my words that I cannot say, but they are imprinted inside my heart and my soul. As I cry out trying to communicate my thoughts, please do not speak about me to others as you, please do not speak to me. Do not speak about me to others as saying nothing will become of me. I am human. I am me. I am a child of God. Respect that I am life. Please do not force me to do things that I can't do. Do not hurt me. I feel pain as well as you do. Please, teacher, help me. Help me explore the world. Take me by my hand and hold me tight to your soul. One day from today, I will thank and bless you. But if I never am able to express my gratitude in my words, just remember, the Lord will speak because I am also a child of the Lord. I am also one of you. Please don't forget that the Lord sees it all.
Wow.
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 Yeah.
That's deep. And my condolences. That is so
Yeah.
wow. Wow. Because you know, I worked with autistic children and disabled children for years. A lot of people don't understand, they don't have a voice.
They don't have a voice.
So for you to come and just to thank you for that. Thank you for that. Precious.
So,
And
I'm more into like the spiritual type of writing, and I'm getting now very romantic too. You know, it is what it is. I mean,
you can share. It's about love here too.
Of course. You know, my writing, it's a voice of my spirit, my inner. And but as a woman, you have to learn to be independent. You have to learn to be on your own. I was married for 38 years. It's been 8 years already, but God is so good. And I do believe, I heard someone say, and I'm sorry I didn't quote it because I was in and out, but it's true. It all depends, that relationship that you have with that person, that you call it your God, to be respectful, whatever that may be. That is very important. It's not about religion. It's not about, it's all about personal relationship.
Right.
And with soul and that communication to that other supernatural, we'll say, identity.
Right. I think that was Brother Michael that was speaking on that. Right, exactly.
That was awesome.
Awesome. Did you have another piece you'd like to share before we?
A piece, and this one is it's based more about love of God. Okay,
go right ahead.
Turning around now. Okay, I put my glasses on. I am so happy I was able to come in. I've written so many, but you know, I'm a little bashful when it comes to this, something new. This is I really haven't given it a title. Maybe somebody has a title for it.
You never know.
But I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
Let your spirit dwell on me. Sanctify my soul and make it eternal. I'm sorry. Let your spirit dwell on me. Sanctify my soul and make it your eternal home. Lock the doors of my heart. Protect them with your blood. Your grace is a savior of my soul, and that is all I need to know. Guide me, holding your hands, holding my hand, so by your word I can examine my soul. Let me always revisit my soul, and through your eyes, let me see and explore the walls. You have decorated my spiritual home, but only I can see and understand. As I peek through the doors, I can see 4, but before I touch the door, I must clearly and carefully read the golden imprint sign on the door. Private property, house of the Holy Spirit, guided and protected by the angel of the Lord. Sealed with his grace, brought with priceless blood of Jesus Christ himself. 4 pillars, one in each floor, with a specific name written on each wall. Most importantly, named the word of the Lord. The everlasting word always teaches my soul. Love is called agape, which is the love of the Lord. For sure, I know there is no comparison of his love. The wall called faith, decorated with his promise, never forget, without faith, it is impossible to serve the Lord. We must live by faith and not by sight. It's written truly, carefully in the word of the Lord. Finally, I see right in front of my I see right as I open the door. Holy Spirit, this is my home. The Holy Spirit, the one that guides and protects my soul. The one that one day will transform my soul and call me to my everlasting home, to be with my Lord.
Thank you for sharing that with us again, Sister Romero. I'm glad we were able to get you in. Anyone has any comments, anything you'd like to say before we?
I
see Marge putting up what was that, Sister Romero?
I'm sorry that I don't have a title. That's something that I just wrote like that. It has no title.
That's all right. You don't have to have a title.
Thanks, but you're
Oh,
welcome.
you have no title. Oh,
A lot, yeah.
we're coming to get you.
So it's you're in the right place. Marge, did you want to say something? I saw you put up a finger. Did you want to say something?
Welcome.
I'm just saying I'm here enjoying all the poets, and I appreciate everyone's creative work, and I hope we can leave our social media handles so we can exchange and follow each other's and give
Yes.
the support.
I would love that from everyone.
Beautiful, Marge. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't know if you want another one from me or you want
I do. You're going. You will be going next, and then Brother Infinix. But Marge, I think Noreen is trying to say something. Go right ahead, Noreen.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I want to thank you very much, Soul Angel, for being here today. And that was beautiful. That was very beautiful. And then also Petro saying that it's midnight and he has to leave now.
Oh, we understand, Petros. Thank you for being here.
Okay. And
okay.
And I want to thank Artie too. And I want to thank you very much, Artie. And that was beautiful. And you did awesome. And thank you for being here. And I hope all of y'all, even you, Marty and Soul Angel, and every one of y'all come back next year. And don't forget, I have Saturday, the Poetry Club Saturday night show every Saturday at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And you are welcome to come and read your poems or sing or whatever at the end of the show, toward the end there. I have it called the Pot Party.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Noreen.
You're very welcome.
I see Renee, Sister Renee here. Hi, Sister Renee. Nice to see you, honey. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, how are you doing?
Beautiful, we're happy, we're glad to see you.
I'm getting ready to eat dinner, but I was taking a nap, so I missed most of the show. I'm sorry.
That's okay, we're still here. We're gonna let Brother Infinix go. I don't know his name. He's gonna introduce himself to us. I think his mic is on and he's okay and he's ready. So who did not go? We have him, we have Sister Renee, and then we're gonna have Marge. 1 minute. I wanted Marge to read one more, and then I'm gonna let this brother go right ahead. Sister Renee, are you gonna be sharing with us?
No, I just wanted to listen.
Yes, we appreciate the love and support. Trust me.
Thank you very much, Star.
Thank you.
Okay, Marge, could you read us another piece, and then we're gonna have the young man go ahead after you. Let me get my tissue. I can't play with you, Marge.
No, I won't be.
I'm ready now.
Don't do me that. Don't do me that, Max. I won't be making anybody shedding any more tears. I'll just give you something kind of happy.
Okay, we love it. We love it regardless, Marge. Go right ahead, my dear.
Okay.
In the bag.
Okay, I need to mute. Someone needs to mute their mic. 1 minute. I'm gonna have to mute you. I don't know what happened. Go. I apologize for that. Please continue, Marge.
Okay, this one is called My Pen. I promise you, I'm not the poet you like. Definitely not your type. I ain't here for the hype. I'm just a poet who's silently loud, rarely likes a crowd. I am slightly antisocial, but with poetry, I am vocal. I'm just a poet who spills rhymes, writes lines, reminisces in time, and yet sometimes forward thinking, never blinking, word sinking. Not your fancy poet who needs, works, or writes for applause. And just because I'm standing here with you today, I am antisocial, but with poetry, I am vocal. I speak my truth without band-aid. Rarely get paid, but I ain't afraid. Step on toes, ruffle feathers. My words make you think. Yes, they sink. I speak for the elite, the man in the street, or the one who just a look of food to eat. A poet who is silent, but saw the need to vent. My pen owes no rent. I might have been called here by accident, may never get the chance to return because my words sometimes burn and even make heads turn. I am the politician's friend, without my pen. The rapist's nightmare. Do I care? Hell no, grab a chair. Open your ear. Poetry has no fear. Your may-be hated poet is here. My sexual poetry ignites fire, giving the weak desire. It has increased the sale of Viagra and KY gel. My poetry has been sending Christians to hell, making pastors rebel. Only time will tell. My poetry has boosted the consumption of wine and chocolate, escalated love and quelled hate, sent many on a date. My poetry is nightmares and sweet dreams, sensual screams. I am just a poet who speaks her truth. My appearance in a room is either happy or gloom. My poetry is a brain teaser, a crowd pleaser. I compare myself to no other poet, but I love every poet, yet I need no duet. As I rest my case, by the looks on your face, I will leave the room with a clear conscience, knowing damn well you will start respecting poetry because poetry does make sense and was never a mere sentence. Hope you enjoyed tonight, and thanks for the invite.
Very nice, very nice.
That's Mars, you know. I love it, Mars. I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
I just love it. And see, that's why I always invite Marge on everything I do. Marge is a different poet. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Brother Michael, unmute your mic.
Can I just say I can be found on all social media handles as Marge the Poet. And my books are available on Amazon.
Thank you. Michael, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. We see you cheering, but we can't hear you. Michael is loving every minute of it. Michael's on mute. There you go.
Am I right?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Nothing you were last. I'm ranking you in the top 4 poets here tonight.
Marge, I think you have permanent fans.
Yeah, I like her.
Awesome.
Where can I find Michael? Is he on social media?
He's on Facebook. Yes, he's up there.
No, I'm hard to be found. I live in the damn igloo someplace, and I can't even remember what the hell my address is because I'm 76 and getting old.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Awesome. Just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I love it. I love it. You know what? I'm going to try with Brother Bill again. Brother Bill, unmute your mic for me, please, Brother Bill. Yes, no? Okay. Infinix, I see you. Are you ready to read something for us?
Yeah.
Go right ahead, my dear.
Okay. I'm actually Bobby Brown from Nigeria.
Oh, nice to meet you, Brother Brown.
Bobby Brown. Thank you. Okay, I have 2 poems written by me to present tonight. One is titled Peace and the other Addiction. Should I go ahead?
Please do.
Okay, I'm going to go with one piece first. It's so easy for the weapons to be laid, even more easier for the bombs to be laid. Much more easy to mention the word war.
Okay, we're having connection issues with Brother Brown. Right.
That's too bad.
Unfortunate. That's so unfortunate.
Nigeria have such.
How many kids will be there with nothing to eat? And how many mothers would be there crying in the street? How many fathers and brothers would return dead or with broken arms and feet? Or sisters that would be raped by evil rapid beasts? I think about this, then I realize there is nothing better than peace. That's one. That's the end of one.
Thank you. Thank you. That is true.
Wow.
Please read the next one.
Okay, this one is titled Addiction. Can you hear it?
Yes, we hear
Can
you.
you hear me?
We hear you.
Okay. Oh, sorry. It's
That's okay.
titled, I have another one titled Because I'm a Poet. I think I should be reading this one because I'm a poet.
Okay.
Nobody sees the tears that I cry. Even when I place it in my lines, they would say, he's fine. That's how he always writes, because I'm a poet. Always alone in my room with my pen and book like bride and groom, placing lines with the sun and the moon, and no one sees my wound just because I'm a poet. I can't even find the love of my life, because even when I tell her I love the way she smiles and the beauty in her eyes, she would say, wow, nice try. I love your lines, but I won't fall for your lies because I'm a poet. My happiness is dry like a lake against the heat of the sun. I drown myself in my own tears, bound in shackles of doubt and fear, yet nobody knows and nobody cares because I'm a poet. I'm lonely, even with 1 million fans screaming my name. Even with their numbers, no one sees my pain because I'm a poet. I'm short of words to say, so maybe I should end it this way, and take all this pain like price to pay because I'm a poet. I think that's the end of it.
Thank you very, 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 very much. Brother Brown, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I loved it. I loved it because I'm a poet. I love it. I love it.
Thank you very much, Bobby Brown. I'm glad you made it here. And that is, wow, you did awesome. And that is very beautiful. Thank you. That's a great poem. And keep on writing, all of you.
I'm going to ask Brother Adewale and Brother Richard to recite another piece because I believe they only recited one apiece. So I would like to give each one of them the opportunity to give us another. Brother Michael, did you give us one? I know you gave us one, but you didn't give us two, did you?
No, just one.
Woo! I'm falling behind. I have to get you in too. Okay. Okay, men of poetry. You know, I love picking up our women, but I love to give men a little extra because I think our men just need it. That's all. A little extra love, So Brother Adewale and then Brother Richard, then we're going to have Brother Michael, and then Noreen and I can share our own, and then we can just keep going forward from then. So Brother Adewale, please.
All right.
Share with us.
This is titled, In this age, unbelievable is happening. Instead of building global perpetuity, we are besieged with mortality. Is Putin being kind to history, even if he gains victory? With environmental degradation arising from wildlife extinction, unfathomable scale of ruination resulting from destruction of obliterated villages and cities by modernized savages. All is now set for uninhabited planets. Solid city must take force. Thought human life sacrosanct, not before unpleasant, imbecilic savages who are bound to receive wages. Resulting from ruinage, Onfo becomes refugee with no hope where to go. We claim our new age is now jet age. Was a global village, yet we submit with to rape, or to rape rather. Of all known vestige that make us evil, if country is free, its people should breed. Here of freedom, not of fiefdom. We need liberation, not destruction. Children are fatherless, wives husbandless. Fathers go to fight affliction, husbands to defend nation. Unthoughtful aggressors choose to unremember. Beirut, Aleppo, and Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Berlin and Warsaw, Dresden, Apamea and Valila, Cabo, Sarajevo and Fleury, Dumato, Persia, Riposte and Tehran, Regiment, Very and Musirashi, Alice, Cologne and others. Those are trying to recover. They cannot ever forget unnecessary mess of vast rubbles, nor needless cemeteries. Added now are Buka, Borodianka, and Apin, Donbass, Mariupol, and Kirill, Chamu, Skronovel, and others. To get the people for their purpose fulfilled, they commit homicide. People might be committing suicide rather than surrender to thugs. They lose all. Where's our humanity? What's happening to our sense of equity? Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Adewale. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we're gonna try to see if we can get Brother Bill in. I see he made some movements. 1 minute, Brother Richard. Brother Bill, unmute your mic for me. Okay.
Okay.
Ah!
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, finally. You know, I was in the car and it connected the Wi-Fi to the car and it was like just literally, so now I'm on my tablet, so everything's better.
Beautiful. Awesome.
That was the first time I used this on my phone, which drove me crazy.
Thanks, Brother
So
Richard.
how
You're
is
right.
everybody doing? You know, so good to be here. And thank you both, our hosts, Maxwanette and also Noreen, for doing what you do. You do so much for poetry. And, you know, that makes me proud, you know, to be a part and associated with such wonderful souls that are doing this to uplift the soul. And that's a beautiful thing. You know, I heard earlier someone say something about poetry and defining it. And in some means poetry is not definable. And in some means it is. But I think that we poets are the consciousness, the unspoken consciousness of humanity. And we speak it into life, you know, and we look for that common resonance. Not all poetry will resonate with everybody, but, you know, it'll resonate with somebody.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
Right.
But can I make a couple of announcements for all the poets that we have here?
Please
you know, I'm
do.
also a publisher. I'm from Inner Child Press, you know, international, and we have a couple of anthologies that are open for submissions, and we welcome you. And we showcase our poets by putting your picture, a bio, as well as your poetry, you know, in our anthologies. One is letter poems to our deceased. So if you had somebody in your life that deceased and you'd like to say something, this is an opportunity to do so. The next one is opening tomorrow, which we don't care whether you put it in today or tomorrow, but is World Healing, World Peace. And we've been doing this since 2012. Yeah. You know, and we like to hear your voices, you know, and again, we showcase the poet by putting their picture, their bio, and if you have any links, put a couple of links in there so people can get to know who you are. And we've been in the business of uplifting poets for quite a while, and that's what we do, and that's what we love doing, you know, introducing poets to the world, you know. So with that said, I'm just going to read some poetry, you know. That's my first love. And forgive me for looking down because I'm not as dynamic as some of you who are spoken word artists that can remember everything that you write. I'm not even close. I used to, but not anymore. But this poem here, pardon?
I'm with you.
But this poem here,
I'm retarded. I'm retarded.
It's called A Poem in the Making. I want to be lyrical. I want to be well-versed in the use of language that is uplifting, informative, and experiential.
Oh, good.
I at times wish to rhyme, other times not. Sometimes there is a magic hidden in the subterfuge of chaos and discordance. I want to transport my readers, my observers, into a place, a space within themselves where a common resonance is found between us. I want to heighten our sensitivities to the fact that though we are the building blocks of this world, this existence, it and the world remains bigger than us. I want to espouse such things, such thoughts, such emotions that inspires each of us, myself included, to expand and to expand. I want to invoke thoughtfulness and smiles, unmitigated laughter and love, contemplation, consideration, and compassion. I want to weave and offer a cloak of humility that we all can wear. I am searching for a humanity that does not falter when the sun goes down, or when the shadows and darkness creep stealthily into our sphere of influence. I want to get to know you intimately, and you, the lesser and the potential of what we collectively can become. These things are possible truly, for I have read the verses and the lyrics of others, and I am truly beyond measure amazed by you. And I sincerely believe that not only I, but we all are simply a poem in the making. Isn't that just magnificently grand? That's that piece.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You never disappoint. Never. You get another one ready for me, please, Brother Bill, because I'm going to go to Brother Richard, Brother Michael, and then I'm coming back to you again.
Thank you very much, Bill. That was beautiful. I love
Thank
it.
you,
I love your
Noreen.
poem. Hello.
Noreen, you're my girl. Love you, Noreen.
You've been gone for
love
so
you too,
long and
Bill.
your English is so good. What's going on with this?
You know, flattery will get you everywhere, Michael.
Absolutely, because I've been heartbroken for you not being around here for a while, all right?
Yeah.
You sound great, my friends. Wonderful.
Thank you so much, Michael.
Yes.
And thank you for all your participation in our work, the anthologies. We appreciate having your words. You grace us, and it's such an honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Beautiful. Beautiful. Brother Richard.
Hi.
Hi, dear.
Yeah, so glad you got in, Bill, in the end. What an entrance. So that's the way to do it, isn't it? Spend 2 hours just on it, nothing else to get in. So everyone really wants to hear you. I've got really grainy, haven't I? Sorry about that. Dim light here. Okay, I'm going to do one, and then I'm going to drop my Linktree address in the chat if anyone wants to look for anything. And then I'm probably going to harass Bill about the Inner Child anthology, actually. So, insofar as I'm going to submit something, I hope that's okay. This is called Madman. True story. See that madman, mumbling, humanity crumbling, stumbling through halls of hostility? Don't look at me. Somebody should take responsibility, intervene as he screams, as he sees the schemes and machinery, riddles and remedies, conspiracies, obscenities, the voices, the choices denied, the danger assessed and addressed by those who know best, alarms that he's armed with the spike of a flag from a golf course. Of course, the attack is preemptive. We have to prevent possible harm, a breach of our peace, enforced by police with batons and cuffs. It's enough to ensure we ignore his words as he talks, unsettling strangers, pouring his heart in the gutter, calling his brother, now lost to the ether. No hero nor killer, performing a duty, defeating an enemy, compelled to hostility for the good of society, in the interests of industry, money and energy. The family's loss is collateral tragedy. Do you call that sanity? Where does that leave me? Bereaved and a threat to your very reality. If that's what you see, I'm compelled to agree that the madman is me.
Whoa. Wow. Yes. Yes. You see, Richard, wow. That was beautiful. I loved it. I loved it.
I love how the pacing and the words, your word selections just kind of was so lyrical, you know, to listen to. Thank you. That was very, very excellent.
Yeah, he has a natural, beautiful flow. It just awesome.
He does. And
right?
His voice, and
yes,
he should hook us into it. Hook us into it. And you don't want him to stop. You want him to go on. Right.
Thank you. I'm never ready for his poetry to finish. Never.
Hey, Richard, are you still involved with, is it Red Door Magazine?
I haven't had, I'm still sort of in touch with Elizabeth Torres, but I haven't had anything published there for a long
Okay.
time.
So now you're with, and you're the main editor of?
Oh no, I never worked for them. I was just they just published me.
Oh, okay.
Nice, nice, nice.
And they put me in a exhibition in Denmark, but no, I never actually worked with them.
Excellent poetry, my friend. Are you from Wales?
I am, yes. Thank you very much.
See, I knew it. Awesome.
Back to you.
Awesome. Michael, brother Michael, please. What do you have for us, my dear?
Oh my God, I gotta go find something. Hold on. All right, let's go for it. Are you ready? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Do you love me?
Of course, need you question.
All right. That's the most important thing. Here's the poem.
Okay.
Flower Girl. Tears in Your Eyes by Michael Lee Johnson. Poems are complex to create. They live and die, walk alone in tears. Resurrection in family mausoleums. They walk with you alone in ghostly patterns. Memories, they deliver feelings unexpectedly through the open windows of strangers. Silk roses lie in a potted bowl of memory 7 days before Mother's Day. Soak those tears, patience is the poetry of love. Plant your memory seeds and passions once a year, maybe twice. Jesus knows we all need more than a vase filled with silk flowers. Poems on paper form a poet, sacred, the mystery, the love of a caretaker. Multicolored silk flowers in a basket, handed out by the flower girl.
Awesome. Just beautiful.
Wow.
Just beautiful. Just beautiful.
And he's another one too. Michael's another
Isn't he?
one that you hook into it is his voice. He has that awesome voice, and he is so good, you know. And he's very talented, and you get hooked in. You don't want him to stop either.
Beautiful.
Yes.
I love it. I just love it. I love it. Oh.
We could put you with that voice alongside Vincent Price and put you behind horror movies.
Wouldn't it though?
You're gonna believe this, but on all the Facebook groups that I've handled, about 5 or 6 Facebook poetry groups of 36,000, 38,000 plus members. Then I got canned by Facebook because they decided they needed to get rid of me because I could be a security risk because I was publishing too much or whatever. So I've had a real issue. Oh, I'm serious. So they knocked my platform out. So I have to go back and reunite myself and recreate myself all the time. But, what am I really trying to say out of this? I have 5 poetry groups I've done since 2007. And you know what? I swear to God, I've got some of the best, I mean best, contemporary poets in the world right now on the groups that I do and used to because of Facebook issues. You know what? Facebook is all algorithms. You know that.
Right.
So if you hit a certain number, you're gone. And or if you had more than one identity, you're gone. You know, and there's no recourse to it because they're not human. They are simply algorithms. They're numbers.
Exactly.
It's a rough deal. But anyway, we have some wonderful poets here tonight. I can put my finger right on each one of you, but I can't do that because it'd be discriminatory as hell.
Awesome
You guys
words.
are really good. Some of you guys are really good.
As you are too, brother Michael.
Well,
And,
I
you know,
don't know about that, but
you made a good point. Yes, you are. We're not letting you do that.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are, Michael. Yes, you are.
But you made a very good valid point. And I tell the creators all the time, get your websites together, get your own together, because you have to remember AI is here. It's here. And you cannot let them govern who you are as a creative. And
They
I
can
don't
follow
care.
you everywhere.
Of course,
everywhere.
everywhere. You have got to have your own website, because Facebook is eventually, and other social media will eventually start cutting you off, or because it's going by, again, the algorithms. Don't take this as I'm not good at what I'm doing, or it's personal. It's business is what that is. So we have to have our own site.
And ultimately, believe it or not, because of what is it, artificial intelligence, guess what that's going to happen? It'll destroy Facebook.
Of course it will eventually. It's going to happen.
But what bothers me is, you create a platform. I started them in 2007 with a lot of members, and I worked hard at it. And I've always given more to the poets than I've given to myself, because my problem is I would take a person's poem, maybe from Richard Temple, and I would put it on another site I had. Next thing you know, they're saying, "Oh, you're too much out there, you're whatever." And when I went into rehab, because I had a severe auto accident, which has still lasted for 2 years, I'm on a cane and a walker. Now I'm 76. But the bottom line is they saw 2 identities coming from the same location. Oh, we're going to protect you for your own safety. It's all a bunch of bullshit.
Don't feel bad, Brother Michael. They did it to me too. They did it to me too. And what I have done, and I encourage everyone, put your works in other places. Do not rely on one spot, because
you know what, you and I need to talk, because I think that's exactly right. And I'll tell you what, it's not easy, because
it's not.
Meta, we'll call it Facebook, owns 95% of all social media. When you go to Instagram, Facebook. When you go here, when you go to Facebook, YouTube, no, we're good there so far. Twitter is up for grabs, and they want to start charging things. So it's not easy, and it's hard to find places if you don't have a platform where to put your books out there as poets. And here's the bottom line with that: if we don't help, and I mean this sincerely, if we don't help each other, who in the hell is going to help us?
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm a warrior, trust me. And that's the reason I've been banned from Facebook off and on.
I want us to touch this topic again. I'm going to let Brother Bill have his piece, and Noreen and I are going to say our pieces. And Brother Michael, I want to come back to that. And for those who want to hang around for the conversation later, feel free. It's not going to be recorded. I'm going to have Noreen cut that. This will be our conversation, because we need to have it. We really need to have it, because that's what I'm trying to establish
By the way,
here.
if I'm not here, I need to give you an email so you can at least contact me.
That's not a problem.
You know what, Noreen Snyder, she has my email.
Got you.
I have his email.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful.
And you know what, you're right. We do need to contact.
Yeah, we need to have this conversation. We have to have it as creatives. We must support each other. We must buy each other's books, leave each other's reviews. If you have a music out there, do something. If you cannot afford it, because a lot of people are in situations where they really can't afford it.
I don't think there's a sincere poet. And please don't put Rod McEwen into this. But the bottom line is, and even Leonard Cohen, I met Leonard Cohen in Canada. But the bottom line is, he had to transfer from poetry to music, and he had a terrible voice, but he took music lessons, whatever. But the bottom line is, 90% of all poets, they're not looking for money. They know better. The bottom line is they're out trying to help other people.
Thank you.
And if you get on Facebook and you run across administrators who ban you, they say you're creating spam, they're just jealous about the numbers. It's just damn stupid, because the reality is, if we don't help each other, there ain't nobody in the world, because we only are exposing ourselves to roughly 6 to 8% of the population who loves poetry. And we all got indoctrinated to high school crap, all that formal stuff, and we hated it, and so did the rest of the world.
We're going to continue with it, definitely. Thank you for that, Brother Michael.
I'm sorry.
Great point. No apologies necessary. Nope. We need this is the forum for just that. This is
And
change.
I'm
This
getting
is what
ready.
it's
I'm
about.
getting real damn ready to start my own Zoom because I'm ready to do it.
You better. You better. And count me in if I can support you in any way. And that goes for every creative on this page. Any way that I can assist you, I have plotscreativemagazine.org. Contact me. I will publish your works. I will promote your works. I will put you out there on every platform that I have. I'm also in New York State. I'm in Ulster County, New York. And what I'm doing here now is to establish a building where we can have a forum for the creatives. I'm tired of us having to jump around here, beg here, do this. No, we're gonna have our own. I'm working on it.
It's not easy to be a host on Zoom. By the way,
It's not.
Noreen Snyder, you know, she may not be whatever this, that, and the other, because she's pretty reserved. But the bottom line is, she has always been supportive of me everywhere I've gone. And I want to thank you, Noreen.
Okay. You're very welcome, Michael. And I always support you, and no matter what, I always support you. You're an awesome poet. You're an awesome friend, and it's an honor to be your friend.
But I got news for you. I'm honored.
Beautiful. That's what I love. Brother Bill.
Yeah. If I may add something to this conversation.
Please do.
Yes.
You know, we're at the mercy of the infrastructure, which we call the internet.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
One thing is, Michael had mentioned it earlier about recording our works. You know, when we write, we need to publish. We really need to publish and encourage other people to read. Reading is almost a lost art, you know, in that, you know, most of the population is visual, you know, but, you know, a lot of times as poets or writers, you know, people read you and you don't know that they read you, but you have had an influence on the way they think, the way they act, their lives or whatever. And so we're doing a very, very cathartic thing, you know, by, you know, publishing our works. But I say publish because what we publish will stay around longer than Facebook. Facebook is nothing more than another MySpace.
Exactly.
That has, you know, a time limit, you know, and something else will come along. Nothing's going to last forever.
Hey, Rennie.
You're right, Brother Bill.
Rennie, my problem is this. I've helped so many damn people, I don't have time to get my own books out there. Big realize. I'm 76 and about ready to go fucking die someplace. You know, but the reality is, you know what? I don't know. The good thing about social media is it allows a platform.
Yeah.
Form of like-minded people like we have right here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's the plus.
Yeah.
If you lose that totally after you spend 12, 14 years of life and 36,000 members, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Right. That part. So yeah, I'm with you guys 100% on this. Brother Bill, you have a piece for me there, don't you?
Yes, I do. And this is our flagship piece about inner child, which is the name of our organization. Okay. And this is titled My Inner Child. Oh, for so many years, my inner child has been yearning to be free, as it is discerning why I will not let him come out to play. And I still feel this fire burning inside while my inner child hides behind the curtain of fear. And many a tear has been shed, and my inner child has bled his hopes for salvation from himself, me, to be free from the delusions I embraced, and my divinity is defaced continually. The truth of it all, though my inner child has perhaps fallen, it still hears the calling of God to trust and come out to the gardens of life and play. What do you say? Why don't you come out and play with me? I remember when all of me was a young child, before I was defiled by my thoughts and doubts. We danced and sang with smiles and laughter, like all there ever was the happily thereafter. Has the last song been sung yet? I say thee nay. For it is time for us to play again, my friend, to rend the curtains that cloaks us from our better selves, our truths for certain. For many an inner child like you and I still does cry inside, and they are hurting for love, so love them. To be nurtured in the light of our holy, we must boldly step out into the sunshine once again and shine like the sons and daughters we are. We have come too far to let go of the dream of eternity now. And though it may seem dismal at times, remember that this creation is perfect and we are the prefects of our existence. And where is the resistance? We must be insistent and claim our heritage, not tomorrow or some distant age, but right now. Are you with me? Father has gifted me and you that we may do what we say. We cannot wait for some rapture to capture our better selves. We must reach out and extricate all of our doubt and teach each other, thy sister and thy brother. Yes, we must honor our fathers and our mothers. We must trust that within each of us there is something greater than this world. We must open our eyes and realize that we are powerful and there are no limitations. From within us lives my inner child.
Wow.
Wow.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Yes, yes.
Thank you very much, Bill. I love it. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's
You're very welcome.
That's been about a dozen years ago or so.
I love your poetry, Bill. And
Thank you, Marie.
you're very welcome. And I'm always your fan.
Oh, yes.
And I,
Oh, yeah.
you know what, Maureen? I love you. I love you.
I love you too, Bill.
And Gary.
Awesome. You guys are just too much. I love it. I love it. I just love it. See, that's what it's all about.
Antonia,
Bill, I remember when we all wrote those poems to my inner child. Wasn't that in the book?
Oh, yep. That's from 2011. I'll tell you when I wrote that exactly. The 23rd of January, 2011.
Look at that.
Okay. And if I may suggest something to poets, always, if for cathartic reasons, always date your work.
I do.
Because you can look back and see your own journey if you date your work.
Beautiful. Yes.
So if you go back to 2008 and you look at what you wrote, or, you know, I could go back to 1985 and see what I wrote, and I can see the progress of how I've grown or how demented I became. Yeah. But you know, it's a wonderful thing. So date your work.
Wow. Thanks for that, Brother Bill. Antonia wanted
Brother
to say
Bill, you
something.
know what I like about you? I love that white t-shirt. Okay, buddy?
You know what?
Oh, now you showed the black on that damn thing. Oh my God.
New Orleans. One moment, guys. Antonia wanted to say something. Antonia?
Yeah, so I want to hail up Bill. I've known him since 2011, and he has inspired me. And I just want to say he has always written wonderful poems. And one of my first international poem was actually featured in Bill's book, World Peace. You know what he's going to that we're supposed to submit to. So I just want to big up Bill that, you know, he has inspired me. He has helped me on my journey as a young poet. Those were many years ago. I also, I met him through Alan Jankowski, and as you know, he's deceased. And I just really want to say I appreciate Bill and, you know, continue the great works. And you're a wonderful man. And you know, as a young poet, you know, I've never met you in person, but to be in Jamaica, I know as we were discussing about the internet, that's one of the benefits. You know, as a young poet, I didn't really have much opportunity to be published, and Bill really, you know, helped me along the way that I'm able at this stage. You know, I have 3 books published now, and I recently came back from France. So I was able to represent Jamaica. So each person is a part of my journey, Maxwanette, Noreen, you know, everyone here. So it's about appreciation. And yeah, I would join in with the conversation with AI because it's really taking over in terms of, you know, I don't know if you guys know about the deep fakes that can basically imitate how you look and sound, which is very dangerous. Also, Chat GPT. That can now write poems for people. I'm saying like it's almost like it's competing with us now. You know, the original poets who, you know, you go through the process of coming up with original poems, the emotions. I don't see how, you know, this robotic or machine can imitate our emotions. And, you know, that's my piece. That's what I.
If I may
I'm
say
sorry,
something,
Brother Bill. Go ahead, please.
yeah, if I may say something, this is a young lady I am so proud of and attached to, because I met her when she was a teenager and she called herself a poet. And throughout the years, I've been doing it since 1966. Okay, so I've been around for a long time. But the point is, I've seen many poets come and more go.
Right.
And to see that she has persisted for well over a decade, doing what she's doing, keeping the hope. And, you know, I'm just so proud of her. She's one of our cultural ambassadors, you know, for our company. And I'm just really so proud of you, you know, Antonio. You know, what can I say? Hello, Renee.
Well, I have to honestly say, with everyone that's here, I have gotten I think there's 2 people here that I just met recently that I didn't know before, but I know everyone else that's here. And, you know, you all have been just awesome, awesome, awesome. Christina, Antonio Villar, I remember, it's funny. I had 2 books sitting and I didn't feel like publishing it. I said, I'm waiting for a sign. When I get a sign, I'm going to publish my books. And I came online and Antonia said, you need to publish your books, Maxwanette. And she didn't even know I had any books sitting. So when she told me that, I'm like, well, she said, you got to do it. And she bothered me for a few days. You know, I didn't want to see, like, you know, I didn't want her to know I had them in waiting. You know, so I did 2 books, like I think a month behind each other, back to back. And she was like, wait a minute. I said, I just needed that extra push, that sign. And she just happened to be that sign. And you know, again, I never liked being seen in public. I am a very private person. For years, I've been helping creatives. They never knew what I looked like. And I didn't have a problem with that. And Antonia, I can't say bother because it wasn't a bother. Antonia just kept at me to the point where I had to come live. And Noreen. This woman is, I don't know how much more I can love her. I met Noreen. I don't even remember. Matter of fact, not this Brother Bill, another Brother Bill, Bob McNeil, I should say. Yeah. Not Bill, he's a Bob. And Bob McNeil had Noreen on his page, and there was just something about her that just I don't know what it was. And I said, let me look this woman up. I don't know, her energy spoke to me something. And we've been thick as thieves ever since. I cannot tell you how much support that I get from Noreen that I don't even get from my own family. I don't get from fellow poets. I don't get, period. Noreen is even a member of my magazine.
Okay.
From now on. There was no way that I can continue without Noreen. She's just awesome. And just, Noreen, I love you. I love you. I love you. And I know that Michael and Gary are just sitting there going, you see, that's our girl right there. You see her? You are wonderful.
One thing about Maureen, and I will say this, and sometimes I've wondered about because she's so damn quiet. But the bottom line is she's so damn quiet, but she's such a quiet poetry warrior.
Yes. Yes, awesome. And Brother Bill, thank you for that, Brother Michael. And Brother Bill has been wonderful. I have no shame. He comes out with something, I'm in it. Here, Brother Bill, here, I'm emailing. He is just awesome. The opportunity.
If I may say something,
yes.
We have an enterprise back in 2013, a woman by the name of Jamie Bond. I'm sure that Noreen and Renee know her. You might know her too, Antonio, but Jamie Bond and myself said for the year of 2014, we're going to write a book every month. Okay. So,
wow.
Gail Weston Shazor, Kimberly Burnham, Albert Carrasco, and Joe Perry jumped in and said they wanted to be a part of it. So we've been doing that since 2014. We're getting ready to enter our 11th year. We'll be publishing monthly, and featuring poets. So if you'd like to be a feature come 2024, get with me on my page and I'll give you the information. And we're just so excited about that. We're actually just issued our 118th volume, you know, of the Year of the Poet. And that's what it's called, the Year of the Poet. You go to our website.
For those who don't know, here's a copy. I had to go get mine. Yes, there I go.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you go to our website, innerchildpress.com, we have so much information, so many things you can do, so many free books you can download and read, pass on as PDFs, because that's what we're all about. We're all about empowering, you know, first,
Exactly.
you know, and for those that wish to write or publish or whatever the case may be, you know, we have plenty of projects, including publishing your books, available to you.
Thank you
Hey,
for that, Brother Bill.
Bill, come on, listen. How much would it cost me for you to UPS the cap on your head?
We
I
can-
really want that cap.
Oh, you know what?
You
I've
know
had
what,
this
guys?
cap- I've had this cap since 2013, so you're not
Oh,
getting.
I'm sorry.
You
Forgive
know-
me. That's something very memorable. So
There you go. Noreen, if I can Noreen, I would love to hear some poetry from you, my darling.
Okay, do I read mine first or KZ's or Wanda Dewdrop?
Oh, right. You have people that have pieces that need to be read. Please read their pieces. We can always go last. We don't really mind. It's about putting other poets out there.
Yes.
So we don't mind going last at all. Go ahead, Noreen.
Okay. And the first one is he has two. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. He's from the United States. KZ Faisal. He couldn't be here. And QAZI, that's his first name, and Faisal, FAISAL, and that's his last name. Okay. I think he's in Chicago, but I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, before I read his, I want to say, Molly, if you're out there listening, we're praying for you, Molly. She couldn't be here because she had to go to the house in the emergency room. She having a severe pressure in her neck, and we pray, Molly, that you'll get better. We're praying for you.
Are you speaking about Molly Sadiku?
Yes.
Oh my. Okay. Thank you for that.
Okay, you're very welcome. Okay, and Kazi Faisal, this is his poem, and he wants me to read this one first, then the second one. Okay, this is first one. Are you the main character in your life or just a spectator? That's the title. In this vast stage of life, I gaze upon and ponder on the role I truly play. Am I the main act or just lost, withdrawn? A mere spectator, watching day by day? Do I control my destiny and fate and guide my life with purpose and control? Or am I bound, a captive to my fate, a character whose script has been foretold? I search within for answers yet untold, to know if I'm the hero of my tale, or if I am but a watcher, as is told, in silent shadows, never to prevail. But now I recognize without a doubt, I am both actor and the other throughout. The end. That's KG Faisal. And he also goes by, his pen name is Tiger 64X2.
Thank you. Nice.
You're very welcome. And next one is about bullying. This is called Bullying, What is a Solution? In corridors, I hope I pronounce that word right. In corridors where shadows linger cold, where tender hearts in fear and anguish dwell, a question stirs, causing spirits unfold. Should bullies face the task of service tell? Is public work to punish teenage souls an avenue to mend what's torn apart, to carve compassion deep within their rows? Will empathy sprout in their callous heart? For oft it seems like sunshine through the rain, that helping hands can mend those shattered dreams, and act of love can ease another's pain, and pave a path where empathy redeems. Perhaps through selfless service they shall find a better self, a heart that's good and kind, to prune the thorns of cruelty that grow through public service, a chance to mend, a lesson taught that seeds of love may sow. Would bullies then become a better friend to tend to sufferings of those oppressed when acts of kindness grace their callous hands? Those who once tormented, now impressed with empathy, they'll see the hurt that extends. Through humble service, they may come to learn the bonds of friendship formed through selfless deeds. From flame of anger, empathy shall burn, a lining past, so no more hearts will bleed. So let them toil, their punishment a guide, to find their hearts and better selves inside. The end.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome.
Okay.
And I hope I did him justice reading his.
I'm
poem.
sure you did.
Okay. And the and then I have Wando Dewdrops, and the first one, he has 5. I know. Okay. He told me to read this one first. This is called Organ Riots. Okay. Organ Riots by Wanda Dewdrops. For a very long time, the hands, legs, eyes, mouth, teeth, tongue, throat, stomach, intestines, brain, heart, anus, all parts of the body have been good and loyal friends, always helping each other through. So one day, just like the usual fights and misunderstanding that friends have evoked, each complained how they're being overworked. Some said their efforts go unappreciated, while others said they're being taken for granted and that everyone needs to mind their own business. The legs vowed never to walk, since it carries everyone. The hands said they will collect nothing, not food, nor will they work. The eyes said they're tired of seeing, they'll now shut down, closes curtains. The mouth said it won't eat anything, neither will it allow anything like food in. The teeth said they won't chew any food. Glands refused to secrete saliva. The tongue said no to mixing food. The throat cried that it's tired of swallowing. The stomach too said it won't digest anymore. Intestines allowed no fluid from any gland. Neither did it want to hear about absorption. The heart whispered on that rest, no pumping of blood. As the lungs giggled, no breathing today. The brain was stretching itself, saying, time to take a break. All parts of the body would be heard either shouting or whispering to those near them how tirelessly they're working, getting nothing in return. So it was high time everyone to do all they need by themselves. Before I tell you what happened, this is the kind of life we live, where we're tired of others around us. We feel like we give so much, yet we receive nothing from them. All we sacrifice for them go unnoticed and unappreciated. We see no role they play in our lives. All we see is selfishness and egocentrism. Pride fills every aspect of our life. We're dropping all we've been doing just because we can't get same and equal measure, because all body parts rioted and boycotted duties. They all died, one after the others, and they met again before the Creator, all presented themselves for judgment. If I knew you can do it alone, I'd have created you independently. Why did you decide to go against my will and disgrace me? I'll punish all of you now. Those were the Maker's words that sunk deep into their nerves like a nail driven into the flesh with no anesthesia applied. The end.
Thank you, Noreen.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And did you read the next one of his? The second one?
How many more do we have?
Well, he got 5 here altogether.
We're not going to read 5.
I know we're not going to read 5.
Because you haven't read yours yet. I
No.
want you to be able to read. How many of his did you read? Was that the second one?
That was the first one of Wanda's.
Oh, okay. Oh, of Kennedy. Oh, and for those who don't know, Wanda Dewdrops is Kennedy Osiang. Okay.
Maureen, don't read 5 because I may not be here that long.
Okay, I won't read 5.
I'm 76 years old. I may be dead.
Oh, I hope not.
Me too.
Noreen, go right ahead and read one more, and then let's get in. You can read let's start with yours. Yeah.
Okay, and this is called Listen. This advice is free, just like the leaves of a tree. I won't brag about my home because you can also see. Call it whatever you want. I don't care. I didn't choose to be born here. Still, I was born. I'm happy, don't you see? I have no major. I have no pressure. I'm a free soul. This is my family, my peace. I thank my maker for this gift. True happiness, real. Take what belongs to you. Leave us alone. You won't see us near your doorstep begging. We are bounty hunters and we'll gather too. We're solid. We're intact. This bond is unbreakable. We can stay hungry with no food, but with an abundance of joy. We're never equal. We'll never be equal. Each nick we told. That's our place. Call us poor out of material, but rich in heart. We'll give you water to drink, nurture your wounds. You can never be lonely, nor at risk when around us. The end. By Wanda Dewdrops.
Thank you, Noreen.
Okay. You very welcome.
That was good.
Okay.
Very nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
I like that.
Thank you. Okay.
Did you want to take a break, or are you okay going straight into your own pieces?
Yes, I'll be okay doing mine.
All right, my darling.
Okay. Okay, here it is. I have 2, and the first one is called Michael Rothenberg. This is dedicated to Michael Rothenberg. Okay. Michael Rothenberg represents peace, justice, and sustainability. He represents change, not just locally, but for the world. His voice is powerful. Listen to him and his poetry. It speaks volumes. He deserves our special attention, for he and Terry Carrion wanted to see change, and together they organized 100,000 Poets for Change. He left a legacy that will go down in history. He won't be forgotten. Let's give a shout out to Michael Rothenberg.
Beautiful.
Oh, that was the end. Okay.
Yes.
And the next one is event that's coming up called October 4th, 2023. I'm just warning people what's going on. Okay. I don't know if anybody heard about October 4th.
No.
Okay. October 4th, 2023. October 4th is almost here, when the FEMA and the FCC will do an emergency alert at 2:20 p.m. EST, affecting all cell phones, radios, TVs. It will last around 30 minutes. Turn them off before then. That something big and sinister is going down, that's for sure. Keep praying and get right with God. There's so many rumors out there. I heard about the COVID shots, and the frequency of emergency alert system will turn them into zombies. That's why the government is pushing so hard for people to get COVID shots. Then I just heard that the government wants us to turn off our phone as a distraction to make sure we can't alert others while they come and get us in person. All I can say is to get close to God and Jesus and pray. Claim Psalm 91:7. I'm not trying to scare anyone. I just want you to be prepared and aware for October 4th. Shut off your cell phones, unplug your TV, radios. Wake up, people. Do your research. Is the government covering up something big and sinister? What do you think? The end.
Wow.
That's coming up this Wednesday.
Things to make you go,
Yes, make you think. Yep. Yep.
Wow.
You're very welcome.
That's something to think about.
And they also were saying too on that, making comments on that one video I had posted on my Facebook page. If you read the comments, somebody was saying that they heard over there in Australia, over there, there's going to be on the 4th, and they're going to have a power cut out on theirs. That they heard about that over there. So I mean, wait, the 4th, or was it the 3rd? I think it was the 3rd, because ours is the 4th and theirs is going to be the 3rd. They're going to have a lot of things going on. And I heard it's Canada too. I'm doing the alert system. I think I heard China, India, United States, and Canada. I'm not sure about Canada.
Interesting.
Yes. And you do research, you Google it on YouTube, go on YouTube, you're gonna find all kinds of things. And I've been told, I don't watch TV at all, but I've been told by people, I've been told by my sister, well, it's never been on the news. I've said because the government don't want us to know about it. It's like a hush hush. But Google it on the YouTube, and you're gonna find all kinds of information.
Thanks for that, Noreen.
You're very welcome.
Wasn't aware of that. I see Renee, Sister Renee has her hand up. Are you gonna read something, Sister Renee? Darn.
Oh, I was hoping she would.
I was too.
Actually, everybody was bragging about Noreen, but I didn't get a chance to before she started reading everybody else's poems.
Oh.
So I wanted to brag about Noreen because Noreen has supported me all these years that I've known her since, oh gosh, how long we known each other? 2007, 2008, 2009, somewhere in
probably around 2010, because that's when we started getting on Speakeasy Cafe. Yeah, around there. Gary and I got onto Speakeasy Cafe around 2010.
Okay, so 2010 is when we met you too.
Mm-hmm.
And she is like one of the most supportive people. She'll bend over backwards for people. She makes my business cards, which I greatly appreciate. She designed them on her own, and she actually works with me at Tupperware. So not only does she support the poetry industry, but she supports other industries as well.
That's
and right. Just greatly appreciate her. And Miss Lioness, Miss Poetess, I love you too. I don't get to talk as much as I used to, but I still love you and I admire your work as well.
Yeah.
And I admire everything that you do for the poetry industry as well. So I just wanted to get my little words in real fast.
Oh, thank you, Renee. You're just awesome. You people try to make me boo-hoo tonight.
And thank you very much, Star. And thank you very much, Star, for your kind work. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I think Brother Adewale is trying to say something. 1 minute. You two go ahead. I see you, Brother Adewale. 1 second.
Okay.
You two are just wonderful. You're making me hungry, Renee. I'm just letting you know that. Okay. You had dinner, you had a snack, and I'm feeling hungry.
Okay. I actually made Tastefully Simple's one-pan meal called chicken parmesan, and it had chicken and mozzarella cheese and zucchini and grape tomatoes.
Do I need to mute you? How dare you say such things? Sounds delicious. Brother Adewale, you see this? That's visual abuse. I'm just letting you know. Brother Adewale, I love you guys so much.
Hello. Since everyone is saying nice things about Nori and all those things, well, I will not say nice thing about Olea. I wanted to say nice things about 3 people: Nori, Maxwanette, and Antonia. You know, I mean, they've been so encouraging. You know, they are, in fact, what's actually filming. you know, even Noreen, in our case, will always ask whoever comes our way to write more. You know, that's, well, I wouldn't think one could receive a more encouraging word than that. You know? And for Maxwette, I mean, I can go on and on, you know. And Antonia, she's always, even if she's not there, and I text her on WhatsApp or whatever, she'll reply, you know. Yeah. So I so much thank you, and I love you.
Oh, we love you. I love you as well.
Okay.
Oh.
I love you too, Adawell.
You guys are just awesome. Stop it. You're going to make me cry. Cut it out.
And I want to thank you, Maxwanette, for being my friend. You're awesome friend, and for supporting me. And you should, I think we make a great host, both being a host. And thank you for accepting it when I asked you if you could do it with me every year. So thank you very much. And you've been an awesome friend, and you supported me, and thank you.
Thank you so. You guys are just
you did so much. You're doing so much for all the creatives. So thank you.
So do you. You know, you all are just what I hate being put on the spotlight. Oh man, I'm ready to crawl away over here.
You deserve it. You deserve it.
Thank you so much. You all are just wonderful people. I mean, yes, those who've been with me and following, you know the travesty we've been through, the hurricanes, the this and the that, and the homelessness and the blah, 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 blah. I could go on forever. And it's not always easy to come here and just to say hi. You know, we're all human and we go through what we go through, but I have to commend each and every one of you. You all have been wonderful, wonderful, wonderful teams of support. And I mean, I don't have family like that, except for my sister and a nephew of mine. My family is very special. That's the word I'm going to use today. So, you know, it's wonderful to just have so much beautiful, beautiful creatives. I can't get enough of you all. So many creators reached out. They helped us during the time when we were homeless and being shuffled from place to place and state to state. I mean, stability has been not the norm. So to have you all that stay here, stuck with us, supported us through the whole madness, I can't say thank you enough. So my way of helping is doing what I do. I help creators for free. That's why sometimes you can't get me. I'm so busy helping people internationally. When you're sleeping, I'm up. And because, you know, I'm meeting with someone somewhere else in England or in Uzbekistan or Dubai, or who knows where a creative is coming from. And I try to make myself available. So you all, Noreen, to have me in this forum, I thank you, because it is wonderful. I've met so much. I met Renee here. I met Richard here. I just met Sister Romero here, you know, and the other people one more other person. It's awesome. I met Sister Rita here. I mean, we do a lot of work with the magazine and the 1,000 Poets for Change, and I just love you all. So I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to give you two pieces of my own as well. And then if we want to have something separate after that, we can continue to speak or whatever the case may be, because it's like 6:43 now. And we've been here since what? 4?
4, yes.
Doing good.
We're having fun. We're just having fun. And when poets get together like this,
you know how that song, what's that song? Funny how time flies when you're having fun. Y'all know that? It's gorgeous, beautiful, fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to start jamming. Oh, you know, we need to have a Noreen.
Yes.
A note for me, please. Again, Noreen and I work together on the magazine as well. We need to have a music poetry session.
Yeah.
So, and because of copyright infringement, we're going to have to sing our own stuff. Hello.
Yep.
So if you're good or not, we don't care. That's not the point. Okay, so I'm going to share my piece, and thank you all for the love. You're all too much. Poetry, Language of the Soul, available. It's everywhere. Get Amazon, Barnes and Noble. You guys can find it. Marge, thank you. Marge got my book. All you see is her hand come out. Thank you, Marge. You guys are something else. Well, there's a piece called Live It. And I'm going to give you two pieces. I'm going to give you this piece first. And this song is actually, if you go on this poem, I said song, it's on SoundCloud, and it's actually a piece that I'm singing. There's music to it. So I'm just going to read it this time. Live it. Did you take this thing called time, draw a line, and measure your existence with it? Have you conformed, dancing with the norm, worried and concerned that your life can be gone before you begin it? Do you weep and mourn as others die and life goes on, as you question your place in it? Does your life take a toll while you question your goals, pondering life and your purpose within it? What should I do? Where should I go? This is my life, and how do I fulfill it? Oh, my dear human soul, you have forgotten your role. Simply love, be positive, help one another along, and live it. And that's the end of that piece. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to give you one called Flight for Life, Flight of Life. And then we have a few minutes, but I'll give you this one, Flight of Life. Fluttering around rapidly, flying into the proverbial walls of life, still and stagnated moments. One may even assume that death has arrived. In ways, death was never ever ruling over millions of times, recharged and revived by reconnecting with self, flapping of wings. Never give up, never give in, never give up, never give in, never give up, never give in. Constant vibrations and movements. Flutters become flaps, flaps become flight, and freedom within this universe continues. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, oh, look, I like that, Ms. Romero. I like that.
I can't snap anymore because I have a thumb injury, so I haven't been able to snap for years.
Snap, wink, smile, stick your tongue out, it's all good. It's movement. It's life. And and that's something that I wanted to just say real quickly. And the mission, I'm on a mission. And it's this, what is that? Richard, thank you. That's me. Oh, Daniel, looks really good on your tablet. Awesome. I love it. I love it. That's it. That would be me. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. I'm on a mission to speak life into your existence. That's Richard, you're showing me up. That would be the other one. Thank you, Rich. You know what? You gotta be blushing. I'm gonna read one more, but I'll wait. Again, we need to speak life into our existence. We're poets. We're creatives. We create. Hello. Our words are so powerful. And something about Michael that really inspired me, even Rothenberg, even though I didn't have the opportunity to meet him like everyone else, he was so motivational and inspiring. We saw this young brother here, Artie Fox. I'm not going to ever forget this young man, because Michael made such a deep impression. And this is what I'm talking about. Poets, pay attention. The power of what we have and who we are. Don't let anyone tell you any different. Stay focused and ignore the background noise, because we may not be here. Michael's not here. Michael does not, he knows in the spiritual realm, but look at this look at this young creative. And Harrison had me in tears. Why? Because a creative, a poet touched him. You never know. Even if you're doing your blogs, you're doing your magazine, you're doing your whatever you're doing out there, your podcast, you're putting your books out, you're putting your words, and you may have no one say a word. You may not even have anyone like anything. Don't pay that any mind, because there is someone there that is listening. There is someone that's watching, and you are a voice for those people. Trust what I tell you. So we just keep focused on what you need to do. And any way that Plots Creators Magazine can help you, we are here to help. A lot of my services, I will sell for free. People think I'm crazy. That's okay. I love crazy. It's fine. There's some things that you may have to pay for, but we work with you. We have other people on the team that internationally publishing people's books, do all kinds of things we're doing here. Get in on it. Tell your friends to come on. Look in your communities. I'm sure all of you know someone else who knows someone who's a creative. We're all creatives.
Yes.
This is no longer the time for us to sit back and not say anything. We are poets of change. Let's change it.
Yes.
That's
Amen.
all. And that's my little sermon for today. Awesome.
Amen.
Love you all. I love you all. Noreen?
And keep the legacy of Michael Rothenberg. We'll keep that on.
Definitely.
Keep it on.
Definitely. We have to. We had a conversation, and of course, some of the people left, about AI, and then Antonio talked about it, and it's very serious. At first, I was very uncomfortable with AI. I'm still not too crazy about it in certain areas. I have to admit that. I find this use as a tool in doing certain things. As a business owner, it helps me in a lot of things that I can get done quicker. Do not misunderstand me. It has a use, and a great use. But I also have the concern of it replacing who we are as human beings. So you have to be real, because AI is imitating. This is the difference between AI and us. We are an actual living, breathing life. We are a soul. And our job as poets is to damn well make AI not forget it.
Right.
That's right. Listen, I will use it as a tool, but I'm also here to fight. I've been writing poetry since I was 5 years old. I'm not ashamed of my age. I'm 51. I'll be 52 in November, the most high spare life. I'm not a spring chicken. You think I'm a baby? I'm not.
I'm 51 when I was about 5 also.
Wow.
You see, I'm not the only one.
I'll be 66 next month.
See, this is what I'm saying. We have to understand our purpose here as poets. I'm not talking fly-by-night poets. Not those people who come out here and just dilute, looking for fame. Poets, real poets, we have a message. Yes. We have a job. We have a duty and an obligation, not just to ourselves, but to humanity. Real poets.
Yes, to tell the truth and be honest. And
there are a lot of
know what we know.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you can trust a poet quicker than you can a government or the history they write. So go to a poet, you're gonna know the truth. Don't go to the government or to the history books.
A true poet. Now you have to be careful. You got to be careful. There are a lot of poets out there just making a mess. There are a lot of poets out there pretending to be what they're not. You have to be careful. You can't follow, just like with Google, you can't believe everything that you put into Google either. I know everyone here knows that by now.
Yes, that's true.
We've learned the hard way. So, but we have to stay real poets. We have to be of integrity. We have to be of character. We have to be of morals. We're not saying that we're saints. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we must remember the power of the pen and what it is that we're here to do. Back in the days when I was growing up, poets were being killed, poets were disappearing, poets were being exiled, poets were being banned because they did not give one damn about the establishment. It was the people. Remember that. So I'm going to give you one more, and then Noreen, we could, if you want, we could wrap it up. If we want to discuss anything separate, we could do that as well.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm going to give you one for people to think about. It's called Was I Here? And that's in the Poetic Storm. And since we're promoting each other here, I also did my mother's book, The Unlimited Mind. This book here, my mother was the catalyst my mother was the first poet in my life. And she published this book in 1983. And I don't know if you guys know who Luis Reyes Rivera is. Google him. He was a very dynamic spoken word activist back in the day. He edited my mother's book. So I come from a sturdy, steady line of poetry, and my mother didn't bite her tongue at all. Matter of fact, I think I'm a little diluted compared to her. So I'm going to give you this piece called Was I Here? Excuse me. May I ask you a question? Did I leave my mark, light a spark? Did anyone even care? Was I seen? Did anyone touch my being? Was I here? Did I plant seeds? Did they grow? Did they turn into weeds? Did I pave a way, enjoy nights and days, or did time just trickle away? Were there tomorrows and yesterdays? Did I live and love hard, carve my own little niche or private boulevard? Did I make a difference? Did anyone heed what I said? Was it all for naught? Better left for the dead? Was I here? Did I inspire a mind? Say someone else is behind? Did I drop a good word? Was my presence felt? Was I heard? Was it all done in the dark like nighttime at Central Park? Was there a sigh or even a solitary tear? As I drew my last breath, I too questioned death. Was I here? And again, I thank you. That I dedicate that to Michael Rothenberg. He was here, he is here, he's inspiring people all over. So thank you, Michael. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to all the creators here. Awesome show. Awesome. Just wonderful.
Yes, I enjoyed it.
Just wonderful. Noreen, did you want to stop? When were you going to stop? At 7? It's 6:57 at this moment.
Okay, we can stop at 7.
Okay, so did someone else have one more poem? We have time for one more poem. Anyone?
Can I do a last one?
Oh, go ahead, Brother Richard, please.
I've got one that I don't. Some of you might have heard it in other places, but I've never read it here, and I'd quite like to because I'm pleased with it. This a couple of years ago, I was well, more than that now. 3 or 4 years ago, I was diagnosed as autistic, which suddenly made an awful lot of sense of a lot of the problems I'd had in my life, and was also came as quite a shock. And this is my response to it. Middle-aged man, dispossessed, distressed, diagnosis of neurosis superseded at best. Brain is divergent, its function insurgent. It's not a disease, just a different perspective, subjective, removed from the collective, not defective, not neurotypical. Linguistically hypocritical, calling difference disorder is clinically cynical. Pinnacle irony. Explains the anxiety, neurovariety. Me being me defines impropriety outside of society, but this is just how you might view my reality. Empathy, sympathy, all is futility. We have different ways. When I don't meet your gaze or remember your face or your name, when I phrase my speech in a way that suggests a game or apportioning blame or in some way defaming your typical brain, I mean no offence. That's not my intent. As hell's road is paved with the best of intentions, by dissension from conventions, conversational pretensions, I'm eternally damned by misapprehension. I'm not neurodiverse. In fact, quite the reverse. It's perverse to infer normal might be adverse to reality. Chronically recurring banality and idiosyncrasy that incomprehensibly posits reality as neurodemocracy. I'm the same as before, and I'm sure you'll afford me habitual courtesy, free from adversity. If I'm able to label by way of alleviant, allow me to reinvent, pose my own argument. Disobedient yet radiant, I'll take neurodeviant.
Yes, 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 yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love. You know, and that hit me personally. It hit me personally. And I'm you know, a lot of people don't understand what you, and you found out that you were autistic or later on in life.
Yeah, 53.
Wow, look at that. You know, this is it's amazing. And a lot of people don't understand this. I mean, people would think that I relate because a lot of people don't know that I suffer from dyscalculia, which is a dyslexia of numbers. I used to stammer, and when I get too overly emotional, whether positive or negative, I still stammer a little bit. And I have slight dyslexia. I used to see, you know, like the number 7s backwards and the B's and the P's and it was the 8s, the B looked like an 8 and wonderful things like that. And I could remember being beaten for that because my mother didn't know that I had this issue.
Yeah.
You know, and it's interesting. And people are like, well, you have no degrees to speak of, and you don't, you know. Yeah, because I have dyscalculia. So the past things.
All of my life, I've had people thinking I was really arrogant because I wouldn't look at them.
And that wasn't it. You probably slightly ADHD in your autism.
I can't make eye contact very easily. So.
You see?
Yes.
We have got to learn how to just love ourselves and love each other. I love that piece so much. And I thank you for sharing that. I really do. That was beautiful. That was wonderful.
Yes.
It's thank you. That was a perfect way to end the show with that. Yes. That was perfect. I loved it. Brother Bobby Brown, I know you raised your hand, but you could stay on, but we have to close now at 7. Noreen, did you want to shut that out, or did you want me to close up the show, or how did you want to do this, my dear?
Can I say a few words? It won't take long. I want to thank everybody here who came here today. This has been an awesome show, and thank you I feel like it is a success, and thank you all for coming here and being a success. We from all over the world, from United States to Wales to Nigeria, and all over the world, and Canada, all over the world came, you know. So and it's amazing how we all got together, you know. And I forgot another country where Greece, and Greece too, because Petro's from Greece. And everyone from all over the world got together, and we can and have a good time, you know, to read our poetry, and it's just amazing. And thank you all, and thank you all very much. And this is 100,000 Poets for Change is awesome. It is an awesome organization to belong to. And I want to thank Terry Carrion couldn't be here today, but I want to thank Terry Carrion. And I know Michael Rothenberg in his spirit is here. I'm listening, and I want to thank both of them for making this organization.
Yeah, we had a lot of creators that wanted to come in, but they're international, and right now they're asleep.
Right. Yes. Yep.
So thank you all so much. Noreen, did you want to end the show, and we could have our conversation afterwards?
Okay, and do I go ahead and stop recording, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, see, let me see how you, okay, how do you,
Now I can press stop recording on my end. I don't know if that's going to help. I'll try for you. Yes, I'm going to